Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Garrett Williams pregame. This is Gene Mortensen, and with me, the head coach of the Hilltoppers, Garrett Williams. And I want to talk a little bit about last week. Garrett, wow, what a wacky game that was.
It was exciting.
It was crazy. Jeez, you two teams are matched up pretty well, but we start things off, and you guys are down about the maybe 30-yard line or so, and so you decide to throw a swing pass over to Jeremiah Hartzall. The pass actually goes behind him, so he has to kind of go back a little to catch it, but he drops it, and then he very wisely picks it up and heads down the sideline for a touchdown. And then the officials come back and rule it an incomplete pass. Well, it was clearly a lateral. I mean, I don't think it was, I don't think it intended to be a lateral, but it just turned out to be a lateral.
Yeah, well, anytime you get in situations like that, we tell our kids, hey, you just keep playing, make the referees make the call, but you just keep going. He bobbled it, but if you go back and look on film, it was just a little bit forward. It bounced and went behind him, and so it definitely, that's why we were just like, go, just keep going, because it looked like a backwards pass.
Oh,
It, and then like I said, we get a holding call, which I didn't know about. Have that backwards, the backwards pass that we thought would have done it, and then so we kind of end up behind the chains a little bit, and then don't stick it in, and so that first it kind of started just like we wanted it to. Thought we were going to just have it just like we wanted to, but our kids did a great job still from then on. It was kind of back and forth for a little bit. Our defense had a great game. We gave up a couple big plays, which is always kind of sometimes our Achilles heel. Sometimes just giving up big plays, but. We gave our kids up. They only gave up 36-yard rushing. Gave up, 2 or 3 passes that kind of cost us. But the rest of the game, man, our defense just played lights out. And even on offense, we did a great job. I had well over 300 yards of offense. Over 200 yards of passing. T. Nieto had almost 100 yards rushing on the night. We had a couple spots here and there that kind of stalled some drives, some mishandled snaps, and some bad snaps here and there that we had between the Q and the center that killed a couple drives on us. But our kids, they went down and just kept fighting. Did a great job fighting. Our special teams kept us in the game all night. Charles Steinkamp did a great job kicking off all night. Had 4 touchbacks in the end zone. Did a great job punting all night. Kept them on a long field. They started almost every single drive on their own or behind the 20 all night. Had two huge kick returns for touchdowns. One unfortunately got called back, but it was, you just see, the momentum swings that those caused, with, Malachi Gutierrez just had, that's, I think his 6-1, this 6 return for a touchdown would have been 7 had they not called the one back this season. So, just did a great job just staying in the game, playing defense, giving ourselves opportunities, and then making them play on long fields.
Well, Malachi got that kickoff at the 10-yard line. It just came right down the right side of the line. God, it was a beautiful, beautiful run. And he runs in the end zone, and everybody's celebrating. But the referees, 2 of the referees, are still back downfield. Still haven't indicated it's a touchdown. But, he just clearly, right down the right sideline. And then the 2 referees go back to standing at the 30-yard line, your 30-yard line. And they're standing there for a long discussion, and finally one of them reaches in his pocket, pulls out the flag, and throws it on the turf. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And it's a half an hour after the play has gone by, and if you got somebody, they ruled they got held at the 38-yard line. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you got held at the 38 and you saw that, why didn't the flag come out right then?
They did. I think the guy on the far side had dropped one, so that we were thinking the same thing. And he's like, "Coach, you threw it on the far side," and I was like, "Oh gosh." So but there was some, a couple calls that didn't go our way that just kind of swung some things, kept the game a little bit closer than we wanted it, obviously. But man, our kids just did a good job of just kept fighting, and then we finally got the ball back at the end with about 3 minutes, and I thought that they were, we got back in the huddle, and you could just kind of tell, hey, they're ready to roll. They were excited already. They're just like, let's go get this. And I just told them, I was like, hey, we're gonna take this ball, you're gonna go down, stick it in the end zone, we're gonna win this thing right now. You got it? They were like, here we go, coach. Man, you could tell, like, sometimes you could just tell, by kids' attitudes and behaviors in the huddle, how things are going. And man, that last drive to just come down and just all the way down, put it in the end zone and go win it, man, what a good game, exciting game, but, it's just good to see those kids just with that attitude and that fight. Especially at home for their, your last home game. So it was a little bit crazy, but it was a fun one.
It was exciting and it was fun. But the thing that was really interesting was that the way the half finished off, because we hadn't scored. We scored a couple times, yeah, but they keep bringing it back. We had some really key penalties at times when we had really good plays or really good movement, and we get some kind of a penalty. But you came down, you guys were down around the 20-yard line somewhere there, and then I think it was Jeremiah, I'm not sure, but anyway, the ball carrier went down, and as he went down, the ball hit the ground, and then it popped out, and the ground caused a fumble, which you can't, and then they
lost one.
Yeah, and they gave the ball to them, and they were deep in our territory at that point. Then we intercept a pass down around the 4 or 5 yard line, and I think at that time we intercepted the pass. I think it was 1:40 to go in a half. And then you guys it was just bam, bam down the field. I think Natiki had a huge run. Yeah. And then you guys just pushed it in the end zone in about 30, 40 seconds. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we get the interception, threw a little out route to, T gets a big run, throw a little out route to Jerry, and kid their corner broke on the out route, and I think he's going for the big hit and bounces right off of Jerry, and Jerry takes it down the sideline. When he comes out, we throw another little swing pass to Kenny Suazo, gets him down, and then the next play, just boom, Teague takes it, about a 30-yarder into the end zone. And just to start it like that, and I think that pass with Jerry, because it was big, it was kind of a big play for Jerry, and just kind of sparked it. And, we, like I said, we went right down within about 4 plays, go put it in the end zone. We kick off to them, get a sack, get them backed up on the end zone, and within 3 plays, we get a sack, fumble, recover for a touchdown in the end zone, and jump 14 points just like that. And then I think Jake puts the 2-point conversion in on a QB run right after that. And so, I mean, you're right, within about 4 plays, we're 14-point swing. And then, come back, get the kickoff return for a touchdown to give us some room. So I think that, especially that play with the catch that Jerry had, where he broke that tack, broke the big hit, stayed up on his feet. The other kid had to go out, but Jerry took it down the sideline for about 30. Just kind of sparked some momentum for us right there at the end of the half.
Well, it was amazing because you scored 2 touchdowns and, like you say, 14 points in about a minute and a half, and then you come out, start the third quarter, and then bammo right down the sideline again, and for another touchdown. So, I mean, at that point, my mirror must have been pretty shocked, because all of a sudden you guys got 21 points or something, and when it had just been, it looked like it was going to go into the half with you guys with 0, and then all of a sudden it just bam, 2 touchdowns come out, another touchdown, and then you guys just kind of faced off after that, and it was kind of a standoff for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we played pretty good D. We came back out right after halftime. That third quarter just kind of, like you're right, just kind of seemed to be, a standoff for a few series. Like I said, we kind of got some series going, got some plays going, ended up through a pick. I think we got a fumble on a bad snap the next series, but took it down for a little while, for a little ways. They ended up getting that we have a blown coverage, and they get a long pass on us, and kind of catch up. But it was that second half was a little bit of a it was a fight for a while.
Yeah, it really was, and it was anybody's ball game. Even after you guys had scored 21 points, they came back and they eventually took the lead, and into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, they were still ahead, and you guys needed a touchdown pretty bad, and so I don't know. You guys ginned it up there toward the end, and of course came away with the victory. But and when you guys were still down, and you guys were like in the fourth quarter or stuff, like, how did you get the kids pumped up for that final?
That's like I said. I mean, they already were. I think they were pretty confident that they could, if we just did what we needed to do, they could go score. I mean, everything that had prevented us up to that point had been, stuff that we had done. I mean, we had held them, 3 and outs, quite a few series on defense. The only really thing that we gave up were, 2-3 bombs on a couple blown. Well, 2 were blown coverages. One kid made a great catch. Our guy was in a great position. The kid made a catch. But we had 2 blown coverages, and then on offense, it had we fumbled it again. got a penalty that kind of backed us up, forced us to punt, and then threw an interception. Those were kind of the first three series during that second half that took a while, and then I think they pretty much knew. They knew, hey, if we just do what we need to do, we can go score. We'd been moving the ball on them. We'd been playing great defense. So, we get the stop and get the ball back, right there at the end of the game with about 3 minutes left. And like I said, you could see it in the huddle. They were ready to go. We knew there were certain things that they were just giving us defensively. They ran our bubble kind of swing pass stuff to Jerry and Thornton and those guys pretty effectively. Teak was running downhill pretty effectively, running counter. So we were just taking kind of the short stuff, just taking what they were giving us, and they knew, if we don't do something to hurt ourselves, we can go do this. And we talked about it right before that, and I was like, hey, y'all are gonna go score right here. They were like, dang straight, coach, here we go, let's do it. And we went right down, and we knew, hey, we got down to the end. They were manning up, ran a little man beater on their pass route, on their coverage. Caden Thornton made just a heck of an effort. Kid actually, outside corner, actually broke off his route on Malachi and came up and almost made the play about the 5. Well, that was about 2nd and 5, so we were like, hey, this is a pretty good route on their man defense to get in. And Caden just made a great play, broke a tackle, and dove into the end zone. But, I was like, we're going to run Teak, from the 5 yard. If that doesn't work, we're going to run Teak from the 5 yard line. And if not, we got Sally and Steinkamp that either one could make a 15-yard field goal and win this thing for us. So,
yeah, that's what we talked about, was that when you guys took over, and what I said was, well, okay, Garrett's got 2 viable options here. One is take it down the field and punch it in,
yep.
And if you stall, you got a great kicker.
Absolutely.
So
that's what we told him. I was like, you're either punching it in, or freaking one of these 2 guys is automatic. So y'all just go do your stuff. And they did, man. It was good to see those extra effort plays, like that one by Caden, man. Just a great play, and that's what you expect out of a senior leader like that. Make that extra effort play when it's time, and put it in the end zone to win a game like that, man. That's fun. That's why you play this game. That's why you play athletics, is for those kind of opportunities to win it when you need to. Man, that's those kids that work like Caden. That's why he can get that stuff done, man, because he does that kind of stuff every day for us.
Well, it was a fun Saturday afternoon, I must say, and then now tonight, wrap up the regular season here once again down at Capitol. I don't know how many times we've done that, but anyway, down at Capitol, and Capitol, it looks like they got like 2 kids that kind of that you're gonna have to key on, I guess. One is there's 2 Munozes, and Jay Munoz. There's 2 of them. They must be brothers. But the quarterback is Julian Munoz, and he's having a pretty good year. He's got over 900 yards passing, and he got close to 600 yards rushing, and so he seems to be a kind of a pretty good threat running and passing. And then, of course, Francisco Diaz, the running back, he's got over 400 yards so far this season.
Well, Munoz, their quarterback is definitely their guy. Going to run a lot of, going to throw the ball a lot. They run a lot of empty quads, a lot of, spread sets to try to get you to move out of the box. And he's gonna either throw it, or that kid's gonna run it. A lot of QB draw, a lot of scrambles, and he has. He's definitely their big threat. So kind of like last week with Demira's quarterback. That's the key to this game is shutting him down. We thought we did a pretty good job. It's kind of the same, like I said, same boat we were in last week. Their quarterback, it was the same way, same type kid, kind of the same game plans. When you go back and look at all their tape, it's kind of the same game plans. Get that kid moving. If he's going to pass, let him throw the quick stuff, hit some shots downfield, but then let that kid roll out, let that kid get out on the edge, let that kid, run QB draws. And they kind of base everything around him. So, that's, majority of our game plan is taking care of him. And then on offense, just do our stuff. Make sure that we're not giving up, drives on, fumbles or penalties or just, we've just been talking, no drive killers this week. No drive killers, just no snaps, no penalties to back us up on big plays. Nothing that's going to get a touchdown call back. And if we do that, man, I definitely think we got a great opportunity this week. So, very, very similar kind of plan as what we had last week.
Yeah, you're going to have to be really ready for these guys. It's just, I don't know, it's every other year, it seems like we come down here to Capitol, and always seems to be the last game of the season, and anything can happen.
Absolutely.
And so, it's right now the district belongs to Farmington, and of course we knew that pretty much going in that that's the way it was going to be. But this is an important game, though. This is could be the last game of the season or the last game period for the seniors, and you want to go out there and you want to finish big, and the thing is, what you were alluding to is that they're going to have to play some kind of flawless football. We can't make the mistakes. We can't have the penalties, and we got to watch the.
Well, I don't know, flawless, and it's never going to be flawless, but we just can't kill drives. We can't kill drives with big mistakes. Tackles, missing things. That's one thing. Our problem, especially like last 2 weeks, has been, the drive killing penalties, the drive killing interceptions or turnovers that get us backed up. Or off the chains, and that's just something that, that's something we gotta take care of. Because you're right, you look at the, our state, you look at our district, we're 4-5, Capital's 4-5, whoever wins this is going to end up, third in district. So there's possible playoff pictures involved, but just difference of going 4-6 and 5-5, and finishing with a win. That's just as big for these guys.
Yeah, it's well, anyway, it's unfortunately, the last game of the regular season, like I think we talked here the other day or a week or two ago, that I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, this season's already over. It seemed like it just started.
I know, and this one has gone fast.
Yeah, it's just zoomed by, and so, right now we're already into the football playoffs, the soccer playoffs, and a couple of weeks we'll be into the volleyball playoffs. Yep. It's just all the fall stuff is just falling by the wayside, and it's unfortunate because all the fall sports are always a lot of fun.
Well, hopefully you do what you can do to go buy your seniors and buy your team one more here and there, and just keep it rolling for those guys. But yeah, what a good group this has been this year. These guys have struggled so much the last 2 years with everything that's been going on, but to fight through all that, to come back together, have an opportunity to go through a whole season, finally get the chance to be back together as a team, as a family. I think that's been the biggest blessing for these guys and for us. You realize how fast you lose this kind of stuff and how important it is. You come to school and you see these kids, you see our students at school, and you realize how important it is for them to be here, for them to be at school, for them to have these opportunities, to be together, to work hard, and have these chances to do this stuff when they can be taken away so fast. This has just been, it's been nice, and you're right, man. It's maybe that's part of it. It's just been, it's nice to have these guys back and doing all this stuff. Maybe that's why it seems it's gone so fast. But also, this has just been a great group of kids. Our varsity has been a great group of kids. Our JV that finished, this week, they finished with a 5-2 record. And these kids, some of them that hadn't played football in 2 years. And to come out and do the things that they did, and now we've rolled a bunch of those guys up with this group tonight, and just see their attitude, and just the way that they've conducted themselves after all this stuff this year, man, it's been a blessing. It's been fun, and so, man, it's good to be back doing this, to have this year doing it, to get to sit here and talk to you guys again, and do interviews and do practice, and just all those things that you sometimes take for granted has been a great thing, man. And we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of our parents and sponsors and supporters this year, man. Just thank you guys. Thank you for this community, for the support, and man, we look forward to just keep going and just have this opportunity, man. It's special.
Yeah, well, on our end, we really appreciate you. These interviews, they're always very enlightening and enjoyable, and we love doing these. And then, of course, what's really enjoyable is the fact that we get to do the broadcast of football game. That is really big, and I love broadcasting high school football, and so the opportunity to be able to do that is just fantastic, and really do appreciate your help and support of our end of it.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Anyway, Garrett, so good luck tonight, going up against the good old Capital Jaguars again.
Absolutely.
So anyway, we need to come away with a big win, big finish.
Heck yeah, finish right.
Okay, well, thank you, Garrett. This has been Gene Martin talking with head coach Garrett Williams, and tonight is going to be the Hilltoppers versus the Capital Jaguars district contest.
And tonight it will be the Hilltoppers in their final game of their regular season and going up against the Capital High School Jaguars here at Jaguar Field. Has this thing got a name or something? Or
I believe it is Jaguar Field. I believe
Jaguar
that is
Field.
correct.
Okay, that's what we'll call it. So this is Gene Mortensen with Mike Mays, and it's going to be our pleasure to bring you this ball game tonight between the Hilltoppers and Capital. It is a battle for third place. Garrett Williams, if you listen to the interview, he was very, very hopeful that if they could possibly win this ball game and take third place, then he thinks that might give them a legitimate shot at a seeding, at least maybe 12. He thought maybe 11 or 12, but he thought maybe 11 was kind of out of the picture. But he thought maybe there was a still possibility that they could get a 12. But anyway, the important thing here now for the Hilltoppers tonight is to win the ball game. Otherwise, they don't win the ball game, they can forget to stay out state playoffs completely. And so right now they're having a coin toss out on the field. I don't know why they keep doing this, Mike. I don't know why they don't have the coin toss before. They wait until they play the national anthem. All the field, the teams are on the sidelines and everything. Then they come out and do the coin toss. I don't understand that. And so let's see. I think we just had the toss here, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, they're having a really long discussion.
Yeah, they really are. So
I don't know what, but
well, here we go. Looks like Capital's going to win the toss, and they want to receive. So this field runs the north and south, and so Capital will be defending the south side. They'll be going to the north, and Los Alamos, of course, and vice versa. And so, Mike, how does this game stack up tonight? Interesting ball game, but we have also, once again, have some crazy variations as we come into the ball game.
Yeah, we really do, and we just got a late word, as a matter of fact. We were talking really all week about very good Capital quarterback, that is Julian Munoz. Well, he actually got hurt last week.
Yes.
So
against Farmington.
He will not be playing tonight. Taking his place will be number 15, Devin Montano, and he is a freshman quarterback. And we don't really know a whole lot about him, so I guess we're going to have to.
Yeah,
we're going to have to see what young Devin brings to the table. But we're about ready to go here. The Toppers will kick off, and that's
Charles
Steinkamp.
Yes.
Oh, Steinkamp booms it.
Boot it away as usual, and out of the end zone. That's just. He actually is a soccer player and comes in and does the kicking for Los Alamos. Sally Hopkins still does the point after it on touchdowns, and she's been very accurate all season long, or all year long actually. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 20-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Capital. So we'll see how the freshman quarterback here. Julian Munoz, the original quarterback that got hurt, he had big, huge stats. And so they're just going to hand it off over right end. And boy, I mean, going absolutely nowhere because the ball carrier at that time, let's see, I thought it was 51, but I don't see a 50. We don't have a 51.
21 Francisco Diaz is one of their main running backs. That might have been him.
Yeah, it was him.
About a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, they're going to send a couple receivers out wide to the right and also a couple out to the left, and they're going to give it to Diaz again, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. So he had picked up about 3 yards on that first run, Mike, and then now he's back, almost back to the 20-yard line again.
Johan Quintana coming off the edge, and it looked like they tried to chip him in the backfield, but that did nothing, and he was all over. Also on that side for the Toppers is John Delgado, and I believe he's on the tackle as well.
So they're going to air it out. Boy, nice pass and a good catch up at the 30-yard line. And that was almost a sideline pass by Devin Montano. Just a freshman, not a very big kid. We don't have any weight around on him or anything. But Julian Munoz, who was our quarterback, he got hurt against Farmington last week, but he had over 900 yards passing on the season and over 500 yards rushing. And then Francisco Diaz, the other running back, he had about 400 yards rushing. They're going to give it to Diaz again right up the middle, and he's not going to go very far. He's still going. They got him right at the line of scrimmage, but boy, he would not go down. And making the tackle for Los Alamos that time was John Delgado and Zachary Sortzkoff.
Good feet movement there, just keeping the legs driving there by Diaz. They had him dead to rights right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to keep pushing and pick up a couple of yards out of that.
But that pass by Devin Montoya was a pretty pass. It was kind of a sidearm, and boy, straight as an arrow. So they're going to run out of the pistol here, and so they go to that option play around the right side. It's going to go to Francisco Diaz, and he's not going to be able to turn the corner. He might have picked up a yard, maybe, and waiting for him over there for the Hilltoppers that time was Tiki Montoya, Tiki, and so Tiki Nieto. So he does pick up another yard or so. But anyway, right now it's 3rd down and 5.
Got a very fortuitous spot there.
Yes, they did.
They're on the 36. I didn't think he got anywhere near the 36.
No. So David Montoya dropping back again. There's that quick strike.
Oh.
Boy, I mean, that thing just comes out of his hand. He's just a freshman, but boy, that ball, when it comes out, I mean, it's a bullet. And it was intended upfield and dropped. They actually had the catch, but
I think that was Javier Martinez, the junior. Yeah, and that was right in his hands. That was a bullet, and again, kind of a 3/4, almost sidearm delivery.
We have a penalty flag. I think we're going to have an illegal substitution.
Yep, that's exactly what I think we're going to have here.
Let's see. That's it. Have an illegal substitution, but call it against they got everything all set up and everything, but they still had 12 men on the field, so they tried to run off one of their players, and so they cost them 5 yards. They're back to the original line of scrimmage that they started this second part of the series, and so what are we going to have, another penalty?
Another penalty. And that's going to go against Los Alamos. Did they jump? They must have jumped.
I don't know why they would. Anyway, can you see the number?
Maybe they lined up in the neutral zone or something. We didn't get a definitive signal.
So, anyway, he's going to boot it away. He's going to go straight up in the air, high in the air, but not very far downfield. As it's going to hit around the 40-yard line of Los Alamos and then roll down to about the 35. But that was a moon ball. And I mean, it went straight up in the air. And the kicker, I do believe, Mike, was, unless I'm mistaken, that kicker was Javier Martinez. But anyway, the Hilltoppers now will take over, and they'll start in their own territory, and the ball's going to be spotted
right on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, right smack, the nose of the ball right at the 30. So the
Hilltoppers coming out with 3 wide, Gene, on the right side.
Boy, yeah, I mean, and now in motion, and they're going to run that shovel pass over to Hartzall. He's going to come down the left sideline, and he's going to be very close. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was Caden Thornton. So Caden Thornton makes it, and he almost picks up the first down. It's going to be very, very close. Whoa, my heavens.
Oh, wow. He didn't get it. They must have said he stepped out of bounds.
Well, they had to be, because he almost ran into the chain stick. So the Hilltoppers now on second down are going to give it to Tiki Nieto, and Nieto right up the middle. He's going to make it up to about the 45-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for Los Alamos.
Flag on the play.
Whoa.
Over here on the near side.
That killed Los Alamos last week against Mayamira. Every time we'd make a nice gain, we'd get called for holding or something, and so we're going to have an illegal procedure. Is going to be the call against Los Alamos. So it'll still be second down after the 5-yard penalty.
Well, okay, so they marked it at the they're the original line of scrimmage was the 37, and they're putting it down at the 30. So what's going on here?
I don't know.
That's not even if it was a 5-yard penalty,
I don't
then
understand.
they should be on about the 33. The ball is currently. They've originally marked it at the 40. Now then they put it at the 35. Now I guess it's kind of at the 33.
Now they move it back and put it over on the left hash mark. So the Hilltoppers now with second and about 7. And straight up the middle comes Tiki, and he breaks a couple tackles, and he's still going, and he's all the way up to the 45-yard line of the Jaguars. Boy, nice play. I mean, right smack up the middle, and boy, he just lowered his shoulders, and he just took off. So he gets it up to the 46-yard line of Capitol, and it's a first down for Los Alamos.
Nothing fancy about that. Just right up the A gap. Great block there, right in the middle by Matt McNeil and guard Zach Swartzkopf.
So they're going to try to run an option, and so right now, running for his life is, whoa, what a block for Los Alamos. Wow, and turning it into a gain is going to be Jacob Green. And I think that block was thrown as they had him to rights back there. And then, boy, all of a sudden, let's see. And so coming over for Los Alamos was Roland Esch. And there was a young man chasing Jacob Green. It looked like he was going to get him for a huge loss. And now he used to have another flag.
Yep, and I don't think the official liked that block. Personal head-to-head contact.
Baloney. There was no way in the world that was head-to-head.
No, that was right in the shoulder. That was an excellent block.
I mean, it was a beautiful block. And Jacob Green was under all kinds of trouble. They're going to get him for a huge loss. And Roland Esch with a fantastic block. Now they push Los Alamos, I mean, way
That's
back.
all the way back to the 30.
My God, what are they doing?
So they're going to say that occurred around the 45.
Yeah.
But which actually it might have with Green scrambling way back like that.
Well, the Hilltoppers and he's going to air it out. He's got a man downfield, and that's going to be, almost caught, boy. I mean, it was a nice pass upfield, and the Hilltoppers I thought that for a moment they were going to pull it down, but they could not pull it down. So the ball pops out and drops down, and so the pass was intended. I believe, let's see. Okay, Caden Thornton was a young man that he was downfield, and he had a defender right on him, but right now it's going to be second down and forever for Los Alamos. Well, that was a terrible penalty. It's going to go to Tiki around the left side, and he's going to yard line. But the Hilltoppers were moving the ball very, very well, and they had and even with that play with Jacob Green, which I think was supposed to be an option, that option fell apart pretty fast. So he had to just reverse his field and come back. He was going to the left. He had to come back to the right. And a beautiful block by Roland Esch. And, boy, to call that head-to-head was ridiculous. They were standing straight up. I mean, the guy was running straight up, and Roland was standing straight up. He just blocked him with his body. He didn't go. There wasn't anything like going into him with his head or anything.
So timeout on the field with 6:45 remaining. No score here in the first quarter. Toppers now facing fourth down and, oh my goodness, 10, 20, about 24, 25 yards.
Yeah, they're on the 39, and they need to get to the 36. So 11 and 14 was the 25 yards.
So yeah, that is a way. So they didn't signal who took the timeout. Did you? Oh, it's an official timeout. because they're checking. Okay, so they had third down marked off over there on the far sideline, or they had fourth down marked off on the far sideline. It's actually third down, and that is correct. I didn't think it was fourth down yet, but
you never know.
You really never know, but Toppers still have a long way to go.
Yeah, 3 receivers out to the right. Jacob's going to air it out. Maybe he gets away from a sack, but he's not going to get away from another one. He's still going.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how in the world he got hit. It looked like he went down, but he didn't go down. He kind of spun around and stayed on his feet, and he gets it back to the original line of scrimmage.
He was bouncing around like a pinball there. He got smacked 3 times.
Yeah, he really did.
And he kept his feet. I have no idea how he kept his feet, because he got that second one. He got tattooed.
Yeah, he did. Charles Steinkamp back in punt formation for Los Alamos. And so waiting down for it, and this is going to head toward the end zone, and the Hilltoppers are going to down it at about the 6-yard line. So great job for Los Alamos getting downfield that time. And who was that? Was that Malachi Gutierrez?
Yeah, they're Mr. Special Teams for the Toppers. Malachi got down there. Actually, if you want to take a little chance, he probably could have gotten a couple of extra yards on the bounce. It was bouncing a little fast, though, so he would have been taking a little bit of a chance trying to get that extra couple of yards.
So the ball now at the 8-yard line. And so we're going to have, we have all kinds of movement in the line. So who are they going to get? Are they going to get Los Alamos for encroachment, or are they going to get Capital for the false start? Let's see what they're going to call. They're going to give it to Capital. And that is the right call. That'll be half the distance to the goal. That'll take it back to the 4. And so now it's going to be 1st and 14 for the Jaguars. And Devin Montoya, the freshman quarterback, standing in the end zone, puts a man in motion. He's going to pass that man, and so we should have had offensive pass interference.
Absolutely should have. The cornerback over on that side, and I think that was.
I think it was Jacob Green. I think. Not sure, but anyway, the pass was supposed to be intended for Javier Martinez, and it was way short. And we had our cornerback had a good shot at it, and so Javier just pushed him down.
Well, Javier didn't. He never even looked.
God, we're going to have another flag.
And they're going to call roughing the passer on the Toppers.
My God.
And, boy, God, I did not see that.
How many yards penalty? The Hilltoppers are going to be penalized in this ball game. Jeez.
Well, that takes the ball all the way up to the 19, and that is a first down for the Jaguars.
That's terrible. I mean, I can't believe some of the calls we're getting here by these guys. But anyway, now it's 1st and 10 from the 19. So he fakes the handoff. The pass is going to be complete over on the right flat for about 8 yards. And on the stop for Los Alamos that time was Jeremiah Hartzell. And I think the receiver that time was Javier Martinez. But Devin, the quarterback, freshman quarterback, he's got a great arm.
Boy, he's got some zip on that ball. You don't really expect that from a freshman, but those have been some nice passes.
2nd and 2, and they give it to Diaz, and he's going to pick up a yard or so. But he's going to be short. And I know he's not going to pick up anything. He was dropped at the line of scrimmage. Coming in was Elicio Valdez. So Elicio comes in and drops him down. And so now that's going to make it 3rd down and about 3. 3rd and about, 2, I guess. 3rd and 2. And so now they're going to run out of that spread once again. And Devin looked dropping back. Now he's going to run it himself in a slide. I'm not sure if he made it. Depends on
If they mark it where he started his slide, they
no
did
way
not.
they did.
Oh boy! Oh, they are going to give him the 30-yard line. That's where he finished his slide.
Yeah.
That is not where you mark the ball. You mark the ball where he started his slide.
Now they do move it back.
But that is right at the stick.
Yeah.
And they're going to give him the first down. That is a even with moving the ball back a yard, that is a generous spot.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, like you say, he started to slide, and then where he ended the slide, they gave it to him. They give it to Francisco Diaz, and Diaz is once again they can't get him down. And we have another flag.
Yes, we do.
My God, what is with these guys? I mean, it's been a flag on every single play.
So this one looks like it's going against Capital.
My God. Holding against Capital. Boy, I've never seen a flag-happy bunch like these guys. Unbelievable.
No, this is going to be a very long game if we're going to
and they move it back to the 23-yard line.
4 minutes exactly remaining here in the first quarter. Still no score. And between the penalties and all of this other stuff, we got a snoozer so far.
Yeah, it seemed like about 1st and 17, I think. Something on that order. So Devin is going to air it out. He's got a man open.
Oh, my goodness.
What a great play that time for the Hilltoppers by Jake Sorensen. Jake Sorensen, the last second. I mean, that pass was going to be complete. And Sorensen got a hand in there at the last second. Beautiful pass coverage by Jake Sorensen.
Deep crossing route there for the Jaguars. And that was going to be right at the sticks for a first down. And it looked like the receiver had Sorensen beat. Sorensen recovered and was able to stick his right hand out there and deflect it away at the last second.
So naked backfield this time. And so now we're starting to run it was Devin Montoya, and he just cannot get away from Tiki Nieto. So Tiki just comes in from his linebacker position and drops him down. No gain on the play. So the ball still is at the 24-yard line.
Los Alamos bringing the sink on that one with the entire linebacking core. Tiki actually on a delayed blitz on the edge. And he was the one that ended up running down Montano.
So Devin Montoya now with third and about 16 for the Jaguars. Montano is going to throw it up. They try a pass over to the just a little short pass. I don't know what the world that was, but it just looked like all he was trying to do was get it to the tight end. He just stood up and it just threw it about 3 or 4 yards in the air. Right at the tight end, and that thing just fell down. They had no chance for that one. There was nothing but absolute traffic there. So ready to go once again, and so getting ready. It's going to be Javier Martinez who will kick it away. So he's standing back on his about his own 10-yard line. And this time, the boot is going to be, and the Hilltoppers they bobbled it momentarily, but then they come up with it. They're going to be. And right now that is Malachi Gutierrez. And Hilltoppers are going to take over right at midfield with 2:45. The clock stopped. And the change of possession. So this ball is going to be spotted. The nose of the ball is at the 50-yard line. The football is in Hilltopper territory.
Yep, Toppers have to get to the 60 for a first down, Gene. 60-yard line.
Yeah, that's not easy. That's not easy to do. So Jacob gets the snap, and then he's in trouble. So now he comes to his right, comes back to his left, and he's still, I don't know where he's going to pick up about 4 yards, but they started off with the right. I think they were going to try to run that option to the right, and they had all kinds of room over there because the play started on the left hash mark. They came around to the right, and then all of a sudden, at the last second, Jacob decided he needed to go back, reverse the field. He came around to the left, actually ran into a lot of trouble, but he was able to pick up 4 yards. And Tiki Nieto right up the middle. He picks up the first down as he's up to the 33-yard line. So he gets up to the 33. And let's see, coming off the bottom of the pile that time, and that was Anthony Anaya.
Topper spreading everything out. They had trips receivers to the right, and that kind of left the Capital Jaguars thin, and that Tiki wall over that.
So a pass on the flat. That's going to go to Jake Soren, or to Jeremy Hart. No, Caden Thornton again. So Caden Thornton taking the pass. He had a great game last week against Maya Mira, and that's going to bring up third down. Of course, we're in 4-down territory here, definitely. Let's see, is that first down or second? Oh, second down. Second down, and the Hilltoppers deep in there inside the 20-yard line. Tiki is going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage, and I mean penetrating and making the stop that time, and doing a good job. And for them, that was Gustavo Nava, and so Tiki is thrown for a loss back to the, let's see, about the 27-yard line. And so now it's going to be third down and about 5 for Los Alamos. In motion, now they're going to fake it to, and right up the middle goes Tiki, and he's tripped up at the 20, but he dives down to about the 15. He's going to pick up the first down. So they put Jeremiah Hartzell in motion, coming from the right to the left, fake the handoff to him, and then on a delay gave it to Tiki Nieto right up the middle, picks up the first down as he gets it down to the 17-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Los Alamos at the Capital 17. Thornton in motion. They're going to give it to him on the shovel pass, and he's caught behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, not letting him go by that time. We're going to have a face mask as Francisco Diaz got a hold of his face mask and just hung on for dear life. So we'll see how they sort this thing out. So Tiki was throwing back for a pretty good loss of about 3 or 4 yards. But let's see, they're still discussing this down there.
This is not a difficult call. I don't know what their discussion is.
They're going to take it half the distance to the goal, it looks like. And that's not going to be enough for a first down.
I don't understand that rule change, how a personal foul is now no longer an automatic first down.
Yeah, I don't either. So it's half the distance to the goal. I think they're going to put it down on the 10-yard line. Maybe. They're still holding the ball. And
well, this should be.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Here comes the referee and to solve the problem.
Yeah, this will get solved in a second now. So
he says, "Let's go further." Now it's so now it should be.
It's about the 8. I think that's about right. I think that's about where it should be.
So that's going to make it now. Right now, it's going to be still first down for Los Alamos, and first at about 1. And Tiki's going to take it. He's going to bust through. He's heading to the goal line, trying to get through. Big, huge log jam at the goal line. And I don't think Tiki made it in, but boy, it took every one of the black uniforms out there to pull him down. Absolutely amazing. And the young man that's getting off the bottom of the pile for Capital and that was Angelo Baker. But it's going to be 1st and goal for Los Alamos. And the ball sitting at about the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Hilltoppers. Give it to Hartzell right up the middle. He's going to get down to about the 1. So Jeremy Hartzell down to about the 1-yard line. And that'll do it. Oh, that's wonderful. We have a perfect view of this end zone. Perfect. They have a new booth here at Capital, and of course it's one of those ones where we're on the end, where the Hilltoppers, we're on the south end, and we have a perfect view of the south side of the field, and not so good on the other side of the field.
And that's where we're heading right now here at the end of this first quarter. No score.
I have everything in the world in front of me on the north side of the field, so going to have to rely on Mike a lot here.
Yeah, we're the way we're sitting, it's hard to. So I actually can't see the score clock unless I lean in about 2 feet in. So
like I was telling Mike, I said the people who design these press booths, I don't think they've ever sat in a press booth ever in their entire life. And then of course the people who buy these things, I don't think they have either. So here we go. The kids, Toppers have the ball on the 1 yard line?
Yeah, second down and goal from the 1 for the Toppers as we start this second quarter.
Yeah, second and goal. And so they line up in that spread formation, and it's a power spread as they got it's a loaded shotgun right now. And they're going to give it to Hartzell. He's going to just dive into the end zone for the touchdown. And did they give it to him?
Yeah, that was Hartzell.
Yeah.
Hartzell lined up as a tailback and just power right behind right guard and no problem there to get that in.
Yeah, they lined up in a shotgun with the normal formation with Jacob Green and Tiki Nieto, and then they put Jeremiah behind the two of them. And then there's a kick by Sally Hopkins, and up and in and over for good. So Sally has been she's been dead on all season long. The kicker, the senior kicker for Los Alamos, the homecoming queen. So the homecoming queen comes out and converts it. So So the Hilltoppers go with 11:56. We just had 4 seconds, Mike, into the second quarter. 7-0. So the Hilltoppers strike first here against Capital. And so Charles Steinkamp will tee it down at the 40-yard line. And then he will kick it away. Most of his kicks have been going out of the end zone. So, I mean, he's got one unbelievable foot. So he just lines it up. And this is a lined drive. And I think this one's going to go. Oh, it's okay. I thought it was a line drive, but I thought it might have gone out of bounds. But they say no.
I did get over the goal line, but it did end up squirting out of bounds. But after it had reached the goal line, so that is touchback. The Jaguars will start on their own 20, down by 7. Toppers with a nice 50-yard drive there, but this has been a penalty-laden game. Plenty of penalties even on that short drive for the Toppers.
Yes, absolutely. So here we go, the ball at the 20-yard line in Capital territory. And Devin Montano back. And he's going to give it to Francisco. No, he fakes it. Going to keep it himself around the right side, but he's going to maybe pick up a yard, maybe 2. And let's see, on the stop for Los Alamos that time was Seth Yote. No, I thought it was 13. I don't have a 13. Was it 13? Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Maybe it was 16. No? It was 43. I'm having a lot of trouble seeing it. That was Kyler Young, sophomore, 5'11", 165 pound. But I'm having a lot of trouble, Mike, seeing that end of the field. So it's going to be second down for the Jaguars. And Devin Montano looking to throw now. He's going to run it. And there's going to be a flag.
Now, he dragged down very awkwardly.
Yes.
And I did not see what the end of that. That was right at the Capitol bench. But He went down very, very awkwardly, and the official threw the flag immediately.
So I don't know whether it's going to be unnecessary roughness or whether he got a face mask or what. But long discussion
between still talking about it, and
the officials.
Capital's ready to run their next play.
They're picking it up.
Wow.
So they pick up the flag. So the ball right now is at the, almost about the 25-yard line. That's going to be 3rd down and 5. Montano dropping back. Boy, he puts out a moon ball, and this one is caught downfield. Wow. And all the way down inside the 40-yard line. Beautiful catch that time for Capital by Javier Martinez. And he got a step or so behind the Hilltopper defender. And the pass was just a moon ball, but it came right down to Javier. Javier caught it right on the sideline and immediately went down. But a huge gain that time for Capital. Now going to the end zone again. And once again, they got a man open, wide open down there, and that was Anthony Anaya. And he just overthrew him by about a foot. So
and Anaya was wide open at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, these receivers are getting behind the Hilltopper defenders. And Devin Montano, even though he's a freshman, well, he's got a fantastic arm. 10:43, the clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. 7-0, the Hilltoppers leading. But right now, the Jaguars on the Hilltopper 37-yard line. 2nd down and 10. And they're going to give it straight up the middle. And still going. By nice move that time. And that was Francisco Diaz. And he picks up the 1st down. So Francisco is up to the 25-yard line. So the Capital now on the move here against the Hilltoppers completed a very, very long pass. And now a nice run by Diaz gives them the 1st down. And Devin is going to pass over on the right flat. Or the left flat, let me correct that. And that pass was, I do believe that was complete down to Joseph Rodriguez. And he was hit immediately. So he picks up 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. And the ball right now is at the 23-yard line of the Hilltoppers. 7-0 ball game, 9:46 to go here in the 1st half. So Devin Montano is going to air it out again. He's under a lot of pressure, and he's going to be dropped back to the 35-yard line. The ball comes out, but they say no, he's down. So they're going to spot it down. Let's see. Did you see who got him? And that was John Delgado. And all the way back to the 35-yard line.
Holy moly, what a huge loss.
Yeah, 12-yard loss. So back to the 35, and so now it's going to bring it up 3rd down and about 20. So 3rd and about 20. So they're going to they've got a lot of receivers out. So trying to come around the right side, they're going to try to run it. And is Devin Montano, and Montano is run out of bounds. Tiki Montoya drops him out of bounds, and then Tiki immediately turns around and helps him up. But now that's going to bring up 4th down, Mike. 4th, and the ball at the 35-yard, the ball is at the 38-yard line.
Toppers again, all-out blitz, and got the freshman out of the pocket, rolling to his right, and there to clean it up was Tiki.
Well, they're going to punt it. Javier Martinez back standing right at midfield. Boots it up, a high end over end, and that one's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Or no, like a 17-yard line. Let's see where they decide to spot it down.
They're going to spot it at the 20, And actually, I think he got another 3 or 4 yards on the bounce before it actually went out of bounds.
Yeah, I didn't think it went out of bounds easily. I mean, the 17 is when it sure looked to me, because it was end over end, came down, and then spun end over end just above the ground, and on the ground actually. But anyway, they give it to Hilltoppers on the 20-yard line. So nice drive this time by Capital, but the Hilltoppers stop it on a big sack of the quarterback, Devin Montano.
So he has been impressive so far.
Yes, he has. So Jacob back, he's going to hand it up and straight up the middle for the Hilltoppers. And that's going to be, once again, Tiki Nieto. And Tiki's going to pick up 5 yards as he moves it up to the 25. We have 8:20 and counting here in the first half of play. And so they'll line up. They're putting receivers out everywhere. Everybody who can be a receiver right now is set in the receiver position. So we're going to get a false start, I think, against Los Alamos. So they throw the flag. They've slowed down a little on the flag throwing, but they're going to call Los Alamos for the false start.
That is the correct call. There was some movement up front. Yes, but I think the play clock was actually running out too. So I'm not 100% sure they were going to get that play off.
So it's back to the 20-yard line. Now it's 2nd down and 10, and just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. So Jacob Green hands it to Tiki, and Tiki's caught right as he starts to go across right as he hit right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, a nice tackle and good penetration that time for Capital by Isaiah Valdez. So Isaiah got in there right away, but Tiki did pick up about 3 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down and 7. So another critical play here for Los Alamos in this first half. 7.5 minutes and counting here in the first half. So Jacob Green is going to roll. He's going to throw back the pass. There's a screen pass that goes to Nieto. Nieto coming around the left side. He's going to pick up the first down, breaks a tackle, and he's across the 40-yard line. And bringing him down that time for Capital was and that was David Pineda. But boy, Anthony Anaya, 5'10", 157-pound junior, he's the first one that hit Tiki. Tiki just went right by him. He didn't even slow Tiki up a bit. They faked the shovel pass right up the middle. Goes Jacob Green, and he's all the way in. He's all the way up to the 40, almost the 40-yard line of the Jaguars. So they've been running that shovel pass, and I'm sure that all the other teams have seen that. The Hilltoppers have been fairly successful with it, but they put a man in motion, runs right in front of Jacob Green, and then he flips him the shovel pass. He faked the shovel pass, kept it himself right up the middle, picks up a big gain, and the Hilltoppers now move it down to the 42-yard line. It's going to be a timeout taken by Capital. And I think that's Capital's the second timeout, I do believe. Let's see. Well, maybe it's their first.
Yeah, I'm not.
The other one was an official timeout, and
they said the Toppers have 2 timeouts. I don't remember them taking a timeout.
I don't either.
But in any event, 2 left for the half for both sides here, and I think the timeout for Joaquin Garcia and the Jaguars, I think, was to give his defense a blow there, and they've been out there for a long time.
Yeah,
they're starting to get pushed around a little bit.
Yeah, they are. So the Hilltoppers now with 1st and 10 from the Capital 42-yard line, and the clock is stopped at 6:49 in the first half. So Jacob Green back along with Tiki. And so Jacob's going to drop back. He's going to air it out. He's got a man open downfield, and good defense down there by Capital. Yeah, they did a good job. The pass was intended downfield. And it was a good pass. He had a good throw. He got got it right to his man, but they had great coverage that time. And so that was Caden Thornton once again. So Caden's been kind of the go-to guy tonight. Normally, they usually involve Jeremiah Hartzall a lot more than they have. Now there's a pass. Oh, whoa, beautiful slant pass. Wow, and boy, he was going, and that was Caden Thornton. Wow,
And
Jacob Green just took a step back.
That was a clean drop. Unfortunately, we don't see Caden drop a lot of those. That was right in his mitts. And he had some real estate in front of him.
Oh, did he ever?
On the slant pad, beautiful slant pattern, and nice throw, just could not haul it in.
So it's going to be third down now for the Hilltoppers. Jacob Green trying to go around the right end, and he's not going to go very far. He'll pick up maybe 2 or 3 yards, but that's going to bring up fourth down for Los Alamos. And we have 6:20. The clock is running. So let's see what Garrett Williams thinks what he wants to do here. They're coming out. They're lining up. They don't have
Garrett the Gambler.
Yeah, they don't have Charles Steinkamp out there. And there he goes. He's an absolute expert at that. Jacob Green draws capital offsides. And he's been doing that all season long. He does something with that cadence and with that snap. And he draws the other teams off constantly. I mean, we've seen that time and time again.
So that is not enough for a first down. It is 4th and 1 here.
Yeah, 4th and 1, and the ball is at the 34-yard line. So the Hilltoppers, of course, are going to go for this one. And they're going to and they give it to Tiki. And he goes right over the right side of the line, and he picks up the first down. Good boy, credit Jacob Green, and once again for that. I mean, he drives these other teams crazy, and we've seen a couple of games where he just keeps drawing them off and drawing them off. You'd think that some of these teams would finally learn, but he gets them 1 or 2 times every game. So,
on the defense, it's easier than said than done, but you're supposed to watch the ball get snapped as opposed to the quarterback.
Yeah, and there's a pass over on the right flat, and that one was complete for the Hilltoppers, and that was the Malachi Gutierrez, and Malachi over on the right flat, and he just walked out down the sideline, picked up some pretty good yardage, and the ball now is inside the 20-yard line, Mike, and we've got 5:10 to go here in the first half. The Hilltoppers on the move.
All about the 18.
So Jacob on the delay is going to give it to Tiki. Tiki runs into all kinds of traffic, but he's still going. There was no place to go. I mean, he kind of took it on the delay when he got up to the line of scrimmage. I mean, it was just a logjam. It was white jerseys, black jerseys, and I don't know, somehow he was able to pick up some extra yardage. I don't know how in the world he did it.
Leaped over one receiver or one defender on the ground, and he picks up close to 9. So the Toppers inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how he got 9 yards out of that.
He got hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he really did. So we're going to give it to Tiki again. He's going to pick up the first down. So Tiki Nieto takes a handoff, and he's now down to is that the 5-yard line?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right at the 5. 4-yard pickup. Nice bounce out there by Tiki and getting behind Zach Schwarzkopf and Roland Esch over there on the big, powerful right side of the Topper line of scrimmage.
1st and goal. And Jacob Green fakes a handoff, tries to go around the right side. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, and Jake is taking some licks in his couple of runs, and he got buried on that one. I think might be time to retire that play.
Yeah, a little bit. It never really does much.
So that's about a 2-yard loss.
Second and goal, yes. And the ball back about the 7 right now. And Jacob fakes the pass to the man in motion, and he's in for the score. So this time they put Jeremiah Hartzall in motion, ran right in front of Jacob. Jacob faked him the handoff and then just kept it straight up the middle and into the end zone, dives into the end zone for the touchdown. And that coming with 2:55 remaining here in the first half of play. The Hilltoppers go up 13-0. Here comes Sally Hopkins. Let's see. There's the kick. It's up. Mighty good.
No problem there.
Boy, none whatsoever.
Sally has been spot on this entire season.
Yeah, she's just been automatic. So she gives the Hilltoppers a 14-0 lead with 2:55 to go here in the first half. And so Charles Steinkamp will take the ball from the official and tee it up on the 40-yard line, and we'll be ready to go here for the final 2:55 of this first half. But a nice drive by Los Alamos, and of course what kept that drive going was the fact that Jacob Green, with that, he's so good at drawing the other team off, and they had like a 4th and 6, and he got that 5-yard penalty. There's another boot by Charles. That one's going to go flying out of the end zone. So once again, Capital will start on their own 20-yard line. 2:55 to go first half. 14-0 lead for Los Alamos.
And Capital, with a little bit of time, and we've seen them run off some big chunk plays. They have, however, had those negated by some big negative plays and then some penalties as well. But Capital very, very capable of quick strike offense. So Toppers had to be careful here.
They had that one throw. It was good for about 40 yards. And so breaking through the right side of the line of scrimmage, and that was Francisco Diaz. But boy, Jeremiah Hartzall made him pay when he was trying to turn the corner right at the sideline, and boy, Jeremiah, did he put a hit on him. But he picks up pretty good yardage, about 6 yards, and the clock is still running. They said he was not that he went down. He didn't go down out of bounds, which surprises me. And so they fake the handoff to pass over to the flat on the left side, and that's going to be overthrown.
Well, that one getting floated and hitting the ground for Capital was probably not the worst thing that could have happened.
No.
That was going to be a minimal gain, and the topper cornerback on that side, Gutierrez, right there. So that would have been a minimal gain, and the clock would have kept running, which is not what the Jaguars would have wanted in that situation.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. And another beautiful pass complete all the way out to the 40-yard line. Boy, they're just bullets. And the Capital receivers are getting open. And that pass was complete up to Javier Martinez. So they'll move the sticks, and then they have moved the sticks, and so now the clock starts to run again. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Hilltoppers leading 14-0. Capital trying to get down and score before the end of the half.
Not in a big hurry here, the Jaguars.
No, they're not.
That's going to be...
I don't know what in the world that was. But
there was like 3 men in motion there.
Yeah.
So that will cost the Jaguars 5 yards. There was 4 guys in the backfield. 3 of them were moving.
Yes.
At the snap of the ball. You can't do that.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure they. Oh yeah, illegal shift. They're saying. So. Illegal
Jaguars going
shift.
to take a timeout here after that. That play was a complete mess.
It was. I mean, I couldn't figure out what was going on. The way they lined up, and then the 2 guys that went in motion, one of them went all the way around behind the shotgun, and the other one I think was coming from the other side, and then they snapped the ball while both of those guys were in motion.
Cannot do that.
No. So they ended up with 2 men in motion, so they call it an illegal shift, and cost them 5 yards. So it's going to be first down and 15 as they move it back to the 35-yard line, and that's the 35-yard line of Capital.
1:31 remaining, and as we were just saying, Gene, Jaguars are taking their time in the huddle. They're taking their time to line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're not in any hurry.
So I'm sure Los Alamos has no problem. They can take as much time as they want.
Yeah. So Francisco Diaz comes out. He's going to set up. Okay, he's going to be a receiver. So he's setting up in the slot. They have two runners in the slot, and Diaz takes off straight up the middle, and the pass is overthrown by everybody, but right there for the Hilltoppers was Caden Thornton. Actually hit him in the hands, and Caden actually had his chance for that interception, but that'll bring it back to the 35-yard line again. It's going to be second down and 15.
Caden running at full speed, trying to catch that one over his shoulder, and got his fingertips on it. Would have been a heck of a catch had he done it, but that was overthrown to everybody. Caden was the only one even within 10 yards of that ball.
Okay, so now they're going to line up in a shotgun. It looked like an I formation for a moment. Now they go into the spread, into the shotgun, and Montano is going to be drilled down. I mean, well, I guess, did he get rid of the ball?
He did get rid of the ball, and somebody caught it.
Yeah,
in the backfield. There's several flags on the field.
Well, one of the young men who gets up from the bottom, and I'm not sure, was Efren Cifuentes. Of course, he's not a receiver. So let's see what the call is here.
But applying the pressure, heavy pressure, was Roland Ash. Yeah. That's going to go the other way. What is going on? They're going to call another hit to the head.
Jesus.
Oh, my goodness.
So another hit to the head call, and so that's going to, let's see, that penalty is going to take the...
It'll go all the way to midfield.
Yes.
And that's going to be a first down for the Jaguars. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
That is I believe, the third personal foul on the Toppers.
Yes.
And all 3 of them have been iffy.
So the ball at midfield, a quick pass over on the left sideline, and that one is he just took a step back and let it fly. So he's trying to get it to Francisco Diaz, and Diaz couldn't hang on, so the drop pass stops the clock. 1:15 to go here in the first half of play.
Toppers have been sending a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they
at the freshman quarterback, and it has definitely got to him. And the Jaguars have not adjusted well.
No, they haven't. So there goes that long bomb. And the Hilltoppers, good defense that time for the Hilltoppers by Jeremiah Hartzall. And the pass was intended this time now for Joseph Rodriguez. But Jeremiah was with him step for step.
Absolutely was. And then the ball sailed just a hair, and Hartzell timed his jump very, very well and was able to, I think he got both of his hands on it, couldn't bring it in, but was able to knock it away and had great position in the air over the receiver.
Third down and 10. The ball right at midfield. And so the Jaguars, all by himself back there, is the quarterback, And he's going to roll to his left. The pass is going to be up. It's going to be caught. And all the way up to the 30-yard line. And that one gets up to Javier Martinez. So another bullet coming from Devin Montano. And with exactly 60 seconds to go in this half. But they get the pass off. And so we have a timeout on the field. And let's see. Well, let's see. They're still showing Los Alamos with 2 timeouts and Capital with 1. So I'm not sure who took the timeout. I thought Los Alamos did, but that's been the only weapon that's been working for Capital is that bullet pass. They had a couple of long passes. They did complete that one long pass, but they've been pretty good at completing the short pass because he just zings that ball, and the receivers are getting open. So right now.
Yeah, that last route, just a 15-yard button hook. And right there, right on the money is the freshman, Devin Montano. And like I say, he's been throwing bullets all game.
Yes, he has. I mean,
very impressive young thrower.
And he's not that big either. So he's back, and so back with him is Francisco Diaz. He rolls back. He's going to throw again. He's under attack, and he's going to go down inside the 40-yard line, 45-yard line.
And was that Kyler Young? I think it was.
Yeah,
Kyler Young applying the pressure on the edge, and a big loss there.
Oh, yeah, back to the 40-yard line, 10-yard loss. There's that pass down toward the end zone, caught by Los Alamos inside the 15-yard line. With 29 seconds to go, so the Hilltoppers at this point would hopefully, and that pass was caught by Caden Thornton, and so hopefully here now Garrett will go with the victory formation and just get out of this half.
Yeah, the Toppers can't do much here on this end.
Don't take
30 seconds remaining.
Don't take any chances here at the end of the first half. We've seen that happen. That disaster happen a lot.
That would not be the first time we've ever seen that happen, unfortunately.
So the Hilltoppers line up in the victory formation, and so they have one snap, and that should do it. The clock starts, so they'll have to take one more snap. So the clock right now down to, well, they're going to say that's it.
Yeah. And the Toppers heading into the locker, sprinting over toward the locker room, and wow, what a great second quarter there for Los Alamos. After a scoreless first quarter, Toppers punch it into the end zone twice. One with just 4 seconds expired in the second quarter, and then a big one, 2:55 left, and Toppers enjoying a 14-0 lead here at Jaguar Field. And the Jaguars, boy, you look at the body language over there, they're a little shell-shocked.
Yeah, they are. Of course, they're playing without their stud quarterback, Julian Munoz. Munoz was a go-to guy. I mean, he had over 900 yards of passing and over 500 yards rushing. And now they're having to go with the freshman quarterback. But Devin Montano, Devin, boy, he's been pretty impressive for a quarterback. Not very big. We don't have any dimensions on him at all, but just a freshman. But boy, he's done a good job out there. So, and the Jaguars, the Hilltoppers, of course, coached by Garrett Williams, and the Jaguars coached by Joaquin Garcia. And so, anyway, Mike's going to add up all this stuff. And so tomorrow, okay, our schedule for tomorrow is that the state soccer championships or state soccer playoffs have started. And they started, well, here comes the team back on the field, Capital. Well, okay, I'm confused.
Well, I think it's senior night tonight.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
I think they're having a little ceremony here.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Which I'm not I don't agree that that's that great of an idea, but
Yes. So, but anyway, the state soccer playoffs have started. They actually started on Tuesday. And so the first round was on Tuesday. And the way the NMAA has set it up this year, a little different what it's been over the years. Usually is the first round is usually played at they give the first 4 teams a bye. 1 through 4 get a bye, and then 5 plays 12 and so on. But the first round is played at the field of the higher seed. So the Hilltoppers, both the boys and girls, got a bye, so they didn't have to play on Tuesday. And so that was the first round. And tomorrow is the quarterfinals, and that's also going to be played at the school of the higher seed. And so Los Alamos is, and both the boys and girls are the higher seed. The Hilltopper girls got the 4th seed, and so they will go up against Artesia, the 5th seed, and that should be one whale of a soccer game. That game will start at noon, at 12 o'clock, and that will be at Sullivan Field. And then that game then will, following that game will be the boys' game. Boys are the number 3 seed, and they are going to take on the number 6 seed, the Highland Hornets from Albuquerque. So a couple of good soccer games tomorrow. We'll be there to bring you those ball games tomorrow. And then the winners of those ball games will advance and play next Wednesday. And as they get into and Wednesday will be the semifinals. So, and right now it looks like, well, especially in the girls' side so far, but all over the years, for so many years, and all the years Mike and I have been covering all this stuff, every year the Final Four almost invariably is Los Alamos St. Pius Academy and then somebody else. And of course now Hope Christian, who was always a 3A school, is now 4A school. So I think they're going to play into that mix also. So anyway, so the soccer playoffs going on tomorrow and next week, and the championship game will be next week, and that'll be at UNM Field, the soccer field at University of New Mexico. And last night, the Hilltopper girls soccer team extended their streak. They are now 6-0 in district play as they defeated Taos. Taos coming into the ball game with a not very impressive record, but which was very, very deceiving because they were very good team, and they were like 2 and something on the order of a 2-4 or something in district, but they pushed Pewaukee to 5 sets in Pewaukee. They pushed Moriarty to 5 sets in Moriarty, and then they gave Los Alamos everything they can handle. In fact, they took the first set away from Los Alamos. As they just got Los Alamos asleep, and then Los Alamos was finally able to pick it up in the second set. Barely won the second set. Actually, it went to kind of extra innings because it was 26-24. But then they won the next 2 sets, about 25-19 and then 18. So but next week is for the soccer team. I mean, for the volleyball team, tough week. They have to go to Moriarty, and that's going to be tough. And then Pewaukee is going to come to Los Alamos. Go to Moriarty on Tuesday, and Pewaukee comes to Los Alamos on Thursday. So, Mike, are you ready?
I believe I am ready. So very, very nice first half there for both the Topper offense and the Topper defense. Toppers able to move the ball very, very well, and then nice drive that culminated, nice 50-yard drive that culminated in a touchdown early in the second quarter. Then the Toppers able to punch it again late in the second quarter. Jeremiah Hartzell scoring that first touchdown early in the second quarter from a yard out. And Tiki Nieto from 7 yards out with 2:55 remaining give us the score 14-0 for Nieto in that first half, along with a touchdown. He had 80 yards rushing, Gene, on 12 carries. Started off like gangbusters. The Jaguars slowed him down a little bit toward the end of that end of the first half, but really got some big chunk plays there early. Also had one catch for 18 yards on a very nice screen pass from Jacob Green. Jacob Green, by the way, 5 for 8 in that first half for 47 yards. And so nice, efficient first half. He also had 4 rushes for 19 yards, most of that coming on one play. But Jake really, he took a couple of shots there as well in that first half. So let's hope maybe his rushing chances are going to be a little bit limited. And also in that first half, a couple of catches for Caden Thornton and a nice catch by Malachi Gutierrez. We didn't see a lot of targets there for Jeremiah Hartzell in that first half. And I think that has a lot to do, I don't think it has anything to do with Jeremy. I think it has a lot to do with Caden Thornton, who is just the last 3 or 4 weeks has just really elevated his game. And he's really stepping in to being a really one of Green's primary targets now. He has just had a fantastic second half of the season. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, had a couple of long plays, Gene, but really outside of that, not a whole lot. The freshman quarterback, Devin Montano, like you said, he's not the regular Capitals starting quarterback. That is Julian Munoz, who was having a heck of a season for himself, but got injured last week, so he is out. But I tell you what, if Devin keeps up playing the way he's playing, he's going to be a very, very solid quarterback for a long time in this district. He did complete 6 of 16 in that first half. Did have 1 pick. He ended up with 80 yards, but some really, really nice throws. Had a big 28-yarder in that second quarter to Javier Martinez. That seems to be his go-to guy. So Javier Martinez actually with 3 catches in that first half. But the Topper defense, Gene, 3 big sacks, couple for huge losses. And Tiki in on one of those, and John Delgado in on another one. And then getting into the action late for the Toppers, Kyler Young with a nice 9-yard sack. So the Jaguars end up only with 106 yards in that first half. So very, very nice job by the Topper defense. They have been getting to the freshman quarterback all night. He's been harassed. He's been hit pretty hard. And the Topper secondary has actually played pretty well. Broke up a couple of potentially big passes there in that first half as well. Not much on the ground either. The Toppers have pretty well slowed them down. For the leading rusher for the Jaguars was Julian Munoz. Or no, I'm sorry. That was yards in that first half. Most of those coming on 1 carry there toward the end of the first half. So not a whole lot of going on. The Toppers have been able to really slow down this Jaguar offense. So a good, solid first half for the Toppers on both sides of the ball. And, 14-0 here as we head in to, we got about 4 minutes left in this first part of the break. Then they're going to come out for the warm-up.
Yeah,
as the Jaguar band leaving the field now, and well, they got some nifty uniforms actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, they and so with we have 3:40 to go before the teams are supposed to be back out on the field, and then of course there'll be another 3 minutes after that. They give them a 3-minute warm up, and we used to be up there in Los Alamos. They let's see, they're 15. Yeah, okay. They brought out Devin early, and
yeah, they're snapping him the ball and like a shotgun, and I wonder if they were having some trouble. It didn't look like they were having any trouble really with any snaps or anything. I'm not sure what.
No, but they brought him out real early, and they've been over on the sideline, and they've been snapping the ball to him. And in fact, they have looks like a young lady down there who's actually playing the part of like a nose guard. And, so I don't know whether it's the it looks like the center might be the one that they're not too nice to that young lady. So
well, it could be a young man with a Troy Polamalu haircut too. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good shove. I can't imagine they're going to give that to a young lady there. Now I think that is a young man.
Yeah, just a very long curly hair. Yeah. So I think what they're doing actually is what they're doing here is they're working on the center. So I don't know whether their regular center has some kind of problem or not, or what. But they came out very early out of the locker room, as both teams now come back out on the field. But they came out of the locker room very early, and then they've been down there on that sideline snapping the ball. First, he was giving a snap back with Devin Montoya standing back about 3 or 4 yards, and so now he's going under center. So it's the center that they're working on.
Yeah, interesting. And like we were saying, I didn't see any particular problems with any of the Capital snaps in that first half. I wonder if they're trying to warm up a new center, if their starting center got banged up or something. I'm not quite sure, because other than snapping, they're not really doing anything.
No, that's all they're doing. So anyway, the teams have been back out on the field now for about a minute and a half, but they'll still set the clock at 3 minutes and give the teams give them that 3-minute warm up. It used to be kind of interesting in Los Alamos before we got the new press box, and the teams like the Hilltoppers, the teams would have to go across the bridge there and across Diamond Drive and across the bridge and over to the gymnasium locker room. So as a result, they gave them 20 minutes was the intermission, and then another 3 after that. So it was 23-minute intermission time, and I mean,
that was fun to try and fill on the radio too.
Oh yeah, really. Kind of like trying to watch a late night movie with commercials and stuff. So anyway, but so it winds down to 0, and now they start the 3.
All right. So Capital Jaguar cheerleaders getting into the Halloween spirit here, playing the classic Ghostbusters theme song. And so happy Halloween, everybody. We were discussing this just the other day at work about, we had Gene, I don't know how things went for Halloween when you were a kid. When I was a kid, we had a pretty intricate candy gathering system between me and my friends.
Oh, is that right?
We would mark down which houses were giving away the best candy, and we'd cycle through there as many times as we could get away with. And we had a couple of ladies didn't live too far from us. Actually, gave out the full size candy bars.
Whoa!
So I got several of those over over the years. But you have to have a system. You can't just go out there and try to wing it. You have to plan that sort of thing.
Yeah, when I was a kid, the one thing about Halloween and trick or treat and stuff was there no worries about any screwball putting razor blades or some other something in your candy or your apple or whatever. I mean, the people were, we just go. The kids would be out by the hundreds and stuff, but they just heading up and down the street, hitting every house, and we'd start off and as early as we could and just hit every house in the neighborhood and beyond, and just take all the candy home and eat it. We never had to worry about anything, and we didn't have to worry about anything else either. We were completely safe, or nobody was going to kidnap us or anything. That was a good time for the world, I must say. So
yeah.
Well, we got to 40 seconds, Mike.
All right.
And so the Hilltoppers are going to receive to start this second half as they kicked off to Capital. Capital won the toss and elected to receive. So the Hilltoppers now are going to get the ball and see how they've decided to line up here. I think Capital once again is going to defend the south end. We'll see. And the Hilltoppers are going to go toward that south end. And I hope so, because that's our end of the field, at least. So,
that's right.
No, we're going to go the other way. Well, we'll have Los Alamos in the fourth quarter, I guess.
All right. Toppers will get the ball here to start off the second half.
Yeah, so the Hilltoppers they're going to defend the south goal and head toward the north goal. But
big chance here for the Toppers. If they can do something with this first drive and go up by 3 scores.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So right now we have Malachi Gutierrez and Jeremiah Hartzell back for Los Alamos, standing inside the 15-yard line. And so getting ready to, let's see who's going to kick this away. So, and it looks like it's going to be, I think that's number 35, I do believe. Angel Gonzalez, or Angel, I guess it's Angel. And boy, nice boot. That's going to be taken at the 5-yard line, and that's going to be taken by Malachi Gutierrez. Malachi comes straight up the middle, and he's going to take it up to about the 26-yard line. And that'll be 1st and 10 for Los Alamos from the Capital 26.
Angel, not a big guy. That was a pretty good kick.
Yeah, it was. That surprised me. I didn't think it was going to go that far. 1st and 10 for Los Alamos. The ball spotted smack down at the 25-yard line. Nose of the ball at the 25. 14-0 ball game. Hilltoppers up against on Capital here in at Jaguar Field in Santa Fe. And so they're going to give it to Tiki around the right side, and Nieto's going to get he's going to be close to 10 yards pickup. He had to get to the 35, and that's where he got. I mean, the nose of the ball was on the 25. Now the nose of the ball is about an inch past the 35. So he picked up, 10 yards and 3 millimeters. So pass over onto the right flat, and that is complete to Malachi Gutierrez. And Gutierrez is going to go down the right sideline. I'm not sure. Somebody in the press box was hollering, very upset about something.
Well, one of the Capital players actually ended up with the ball at the end of the play.
Oh, okay.
And while they were kind of in a scrum, so 9-yard pickup there for for Malachi.
Yeah, so now it's going to make it 2nd and 1. Boy, I don't know who was in the booth here, but
They were certain Capital had the ball.
Boy, they went crazy. Hilltoppers now in motion. And pass over on the left flat. Caden Thornton wide open. Caden is going to take it down to the 35-yard line of the Jaguars. Boy, I mean, nobody was out there. I'm surprised Caden didn't head for the sideline. He kind of caught the ball on the left hash mark and just kind of went up the left hash mark. But the sideline was wide open. I'm surprised he didn't head for that sideline. Anyway, so another first down for Los Alamos. Jacob Green's going to air it out. And once again, he gets it over to Caden Thornton. And Thornton's inside the 20-yard line.
That last play, Gene, and none of the Capital secondary went over there to cover Caden. He was wide open coming off, and wide open again there. Very similar route there, and another big pickup for the Toppers.
Yeah, no, Capital once they're going to take a timeout. And so the Hilltoppers, I mean, they started at the 25-yard line, and boy, it's just been bam, bam, bam down the field. We have 10-13 to go here, so we've had about 4 minutes go by, and the Hilltoppers have already marched it down to where's that ball setting? That ball is setting at the 20-yard line. Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Los Alamos. So Jacob back in the shotgun along with Tiki Nieto, and the Hilltoppers ready to go. Snap comes back to pass over onto the left flat. That's going to be complete, I think, to Hartzell, I do believe. Is that Jeremiah?
I think that was Nick Dolan.
Yeah, I think you're
on the sideline.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's going to pick up about, call it 3.
Yeah, about 3 yards out to the. So the ball right now is sitting at about the 18-yard line. I can't see a thing.
Now flip over.
Caden Thornton trying to turn the corner. He's not going to be able to. He's going to be run out of bounds, and there's the flag.
Yeah.
As Caden, as he went out of bounds, they shoved him out of bounds, and he was about 2 or 3 yards out of bounds, and then one of the Capital players grabbed him and threw him to the ground. And here comes that flag.
Yeah.
So that's going to cost them big time because they had pushed Los Alamos back.
Yeah, that was going to be a loss on the play, a couple-yard loss. And then, yeah, just clearly out of bounds. It wasn't even close.
I mean, he was way out of bounds.
And the shove that took him out of bounds perfectly fine, but another Jaguar came up and walloped him pretty good. And he was actually past the white sideline line. He was on the other side of the grass.
So it looks like it's 1st and goal from inside the 10-yard line. And Hilltoppers going over the right side of the line. And the ball carrier for Los Alamos is Tiki Nieto. And so trying to see where we are over there.
Right about the 5, so about a 4-yard pickup there for Tiki, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, 2nd and goal from about the 5 is right. Okay. Let's see if I can see what's going on over there.
Toppers knocking on the door, man in motion.
So once again, Jacob Green fakes that shovel pass. That's the same way he scored a touchdown the last time. Fakes the shovel pass and right up the middle for the score. That makes it to 20-yard, make it 20-0, and a 75-yard drive that took about 6 minutes. Wow. Boy, I mean, they didn't waste any time getting down that field. Wow. Boy, they came out pumped up for the second half. So it's right now that's going to make it 20-9, and so what are we doing?
don't know what we're doing. Well, it looks like Sally Hopkins setting up for the extra point. I'm not sure.
okay.
There's a delay. I'm not quite sure what the delay is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is. They still haven't. The officials still haven't let the teams go out, get up to the line of scrimmage, and get into their scrimmage formation. So they're. And Sally.
I have no idea what the holdup is here.
Yeah, I don't either.
Doesn't look like there's any sort of
official indicating
problem.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Los Alamos, and that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So this Charles Steinkamp is going to. They're going to test him here.
I guess they are.
Push him back 15 yards. But Sally Hopkins is ready. And so Sally, with 9:20 to go here. And so Sally kick is up. Nice looking kick. And there's flags
everywhere.
Bunch
of flags coming out.
My God, flags flying everywhere. Wow,
after the play, that was after the play. The kick was good.
Yes, I don't know what in the world's going on out there, but boy, I mean, that thing went through the uprights, and then all of a sudden, every referee out there was throwing a flag. So I don't know if it's getting pretty feisty or what, but
no, it might be. There might be some frustration setting in here.
That might have been what was the cause of that tackle out of bounds too, because like Mike said, the one Jaguar timed it perfectly and just pushed the Hilltopper runner out of bounds. Then the second one just kept on going, caught him a couple of yards out of bounds, and then just took him down. So now, I don't know, everybody there at the kick, and everybody was in the end zone, and then all of a sudden, here comes the flag. Here comes the signal, Mike. What's he saying?
Well, the kick is good. Dead ball foul on Los Alamos.
Personal foul.
And
is that going to be on the kick also?
I think they're going to assess that on the kickoff.
They're going to push you back 30 yards? They're going to kick from the 10?
I believe that is the case.
Oh.
Or they'll kick from about the 12 and a half.
Well, yeah, that's right. It'll be 15 yards, and that'll take it back to the 25. And then half the distance from there. So Charles Steinkamp's going to kick off from the 12.5 yard line.
Unbelievable.
And so, anyway.
I don't know if we're going to get a touch back out of this one, Gene. So this will be a pretty good trick if he can do this.
Charles puts the tee down in the 12-yard line. The official runs in, picks it up, and puts it on the 12.5.
You need to do that correctly, Gene.
Absolutely. So Charles Steinkamp, who's been booting these things out of the end zone forever, now they shove him back from the 40-yard line almost to the 10, so an extra 30 yards they need from Steinkamp here. And boy, he drills it. And that's going to come down about the 20-yard line. That is taken there at the 20, coming around the right side and turning the corner, and a nice run back. And that was Joseph Rodriguez. So he took it about the 30, and then a nice run back up to right about midfield. But still a pretty good kick by Charles.
That was actually a little further than I think he usually kicks it.
Yeah, he put a foot into that one.
So not bad. So,
no.
But the Jaguars going to start out with good field position here at the 49-yard line. So.
Yeah, so
big opportunity to get back at least a little bit in this ball game for the Jaguars with a short field.
Yeah, 21-0. We have 9:11 to go here in the third quarter.
Still plenty of time. There's no reason for the Jaguars to panic here, Gene, but
no,
they're going to have to take advantage of this, and the Topper defense needs to be ready.
So, okay, Capital now has the football they want, and we're ready. So right now they're still in their own they're still in their own territory at the 49-yard line. And I'm telling you, I don't know what happened there, but there was so much movement, it was ridiculous.
One of the Toppers definitely jumped up front, but they're going to say he was drawn off by the Jaguars. So
they just
5.
I mean, everybody was moving. So 5-yard penalty for false start. And that makes it now 1st and 15. And they're going to give it to Francisco Diaz. Boy, he breaks through. Nice run by Francisco. He's going to pick up about 15 yards.
He's right at the stick.
And he might be just slightly short. Yes, he is. He's going to be about a half a yard short. So the ball now is going to be spotted down at the 42-yard line. And, well, they need to get to the 41, so actually he's a yard short. 2nd down. Nice carry that time by Diaz. So they line it up, ready to go again, and so the snap just rolls along the ground, and it's they're just going to, and Devin Montano just scoops it up off the ground like a shortstop and flips it over to Anthony Anaya.
Wow.
And Anaya not able to get past the line of scrimmage. But the snap was just a worm burner on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know what. Well, I guess that's why they were practicing that on the sideline during halftime.
Yeah, so now it's going to be 3rd and 1. And so, and they're going to give it to Diaz, and he's going to be caught right at the line of scrimmage, and there's a flag immediately. And so let's see who that's going to go against. Now, he actually did not make the 1st down.
No, he's not even close.
No, they caught him behind the line of scrimmage. I think he's indicating a face mask. But I am pretty sure.
Oh, my goodness.
Is that what he called?
That's exactly what he called on Los Alamos. And
boy, that flag came out in a hurry, too.
Yeah, that really did. So that was a demonstrative call there by the sideline official, and that's going to put the Jaguars inside the Topper 30.
Yeah, down to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 27. Another worm burner on the ground, and this one's going to be, well, scooped up somehow by Anthony Anaya, and another worm burner snap as it just rolled right, just rolling on the ground. And then grabbing it up was Anthony Anaya. I didn't think he was going to go anywhere, but he picks up about 3 yards as he gets it up to the 24-yard line. So
I don't know if Devin Montano plays baseball, Gene, but you might want to think about it. He can scoop that up pretty well.
Yeah, I really did. This one, the ball is snapped, and it's already down. But Devin Montoya, the snap came to him. He bobbled it, and then Anthony Anaya picked it up. But as soon as he picked it up, he was hit.
And guess what? We have a flag on the play.
Yeah, and I think this is going to go against Capital.
See what they're going to indicate here.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, did they pick it up?
I don't know what they did, but I mean, he was throwing for a big loss. But they moved the ball. They only say the ball. They went back to the 27, so they're only calling for a 3-yard loss, and they had a much bigger loss than that. 3rd down and
Toppers may have declined that penalty.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10. Pass over on the right flat, and that was intended about 5 yards upfield down the sideline, and the pass is overthrown. They're trying to get it to Francisco Diaz, I do believe. And yes, exactly. So that's going to bring up 4th down, Mike. 4th and 10.
And Jaguars may not have a choice but to go for it here.
Oh yeah, they're going to go, and they say they have a new quarterback. No, it's not a new quarterback, Devin, and he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line, and coming in to drop him down for Los Alamos was Jackson Blair. But what's killing the Jaguars right now is, number one, they're going with a freshman quarterback, and the freshman quarterback has risen to the occasion. He's done a great job, but I don't know what's going on with their center, because they came over here at halftime and practiced snapping the ball forever, and then all of the snaps now from center most of them are just rolling along the ground. He's not able to get any elevation off him or anything. 6:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jacob Green under pressure. He's going to go down. Boy, nice penetration that time for the Jaguars. And
although a 66, I don't have a 66.
I don't either.
But that was immediate.
Yeah, great penetration. Huge loss for Los Alamos. An 8-yard loss. Going to make it 2nd down and 18. And the ball right now, and Jacob Green on the flat once again. He's got wide open, and so he catches the ball, and that was Malachi Gutierrez. He catches the ball, and then he's on the right side of the field, so he starts to come back to his left. And just as he started running, the ball goes spun up in the air right in front of him. Looked like he was twirling it on his finger.
He was doing a Harlem Globetrotter impression there for a second. Managed to get the ball back, but by the time he found the handle on it, the Jaguars had recovered.
Yes, and so now the Hilltoppers are faced with 3rd and 15. And the ball right now is at the 30-yard line, their own 30. Jacob's going to narrow it out. He's being chased down. He's passed down the sideline. That's going to go out of bounds, incomplete. So,
wow, rough series there for Los Alamos.
Yes, absolutely. So in will come Charles Steinkamp. And he will boot it away. The ball is right at the 30-yard line, so Steinkamp will drop back to his own 20. And we have a flag. I don't know. We have a delay of game or what.
I don't know.
But I think Charles Steinkamp tried to call a timeout. I think he was looking up the field at the umpire, and they're going to give Los Alamos the timeout.
Yeah, and I think that flag was for a delay. There were some problems. So the flag will be waved off because of the timeout. So heads up timeout there by Charles.
Yeah, Charles, he'd be looking up the field up at the umpire. And the umpire, of course, back there counting away. Well, he doesn't count away. He waits until he gets down to 5 seconds to go. Then he starts pumping his arm up and down. So, as you know, Charles looked down there and must have looked down there and saw, okay.
He took the timeout. The Toppers were nowhere near ready to snap the ball.
No. So we'll do it all over again this time. So back to they line up in the shotgun, but they're going to push this Charles back to the 20-yard line. Well, they're trying to draw him off the side. I don't know why. Charles is going to drop back. He's standing on his own 20. And low snap. Boy, beautiful kick. And that's going to be taken at about the 35-yard line by the Jaguars and coming up the right sideline. And that is going to be, once again, old Anthony Anaya. He's been a workhorse here this second half. Exactly 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Anaya, nice run back. Didn't really see much of him in the first half.
No, nothing at all. But he's been a real workhorse here this second half.
So let's see what the Jaguars want to do here. They're having all kinds of snap trouble. And like I said, there was really no problems in the first half.
No, they were snapping it fine. I wonder if the center got hurt or something.
Yeah.
So Devin takes the snap, which was a good snap this time, gives it to Diaz. Francisco going over the left side of the line, and then he runs into Zachary Schwarzkopf and Alicio Valdez. But he does pick up a couple of yards, so it's going to be second down and about 8. And the ball right now is at the 44-yard line of Capital. 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Evan Montoya coming to his left on the option, and the Hilltoppers sniffed that one out completely.
Wow.
I mean, totally. My golly. I mean, everybody was in on that tackle.
Schwarzkopf made the initial hit, but Devin flipping the ball over on that option. He just left his running back out to dry there.
Yeah, he really did. So yeah, so Hartzell coming in and then dropping, and right behind him was Jake Sorensen. So now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. And so airing out a bomb, that's going to be intercepted by the Hilltoppers at the 31-yard line. And did you see who intercepted that?
I think that was Jeremiah. I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah, Jeremiah Hartzell. So he picks it off. And so the Hilltoppers will get the ball back with 3:35 to go, 3rd quarter. And the ball at the 30-yard line, nose of the ball at the 30 in Hilltopper territory.
And again, a nice jump there by Jeremiah. Actually, not a bad decision.
No.
With the ball to throw it for the freshman. He had one-on-one coverage, but Hartzell just absolutely 100% won that battle.
There's a delay. It's going to go to Tiki Martinez. One of the Jaguars had the chance to make the tackle, tried to knock the ball out of his hands, and couldn't do it. Tiki got away from him, and then he was finally brought down by Isaiah Valdez after Tiki picks up 5 yards. But that was another delay where they faked the handoff to the man in motion, and then Tiki just stood there, and then he got the handoff. So Jacob, he's just going to hand it to Tiki this time. No, nothing fancy. Tiki runs into a wall at the line of scrimmage, bounces back, and then takes off to his left and picks up the 1st down. But he just hit a wall and bounced straight back. But he kept going, and he gets the ball up to the 42-yard line, still in Hilltopper territory. 2:45 to go.
Yeah, that run initially was supposed to go to the right. There was absolutely nothing there. And Tiki, I think he actually hit one of his own men, but bounced it and went all the way back to the left for a nice pickup.
So Jacob, the pass on the flat over to Caden Thornton. Thornton trying to come down the right sideline, and he dives down to about the midfield. I have to see if they call him for out of bounds at some point. Nope. I'm going to say he made it to the 50-yard line, so he picks up nine yards on the play. Well, I see 8 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 2. Right now it's 21-0. We are in the 3rd quarter. 2 minutes to go. And the Hilltoppers on the move at midfield.
And 53 yards receiving for Caden here just in this half.
Yeah, so Jacob runs a little kind of a semi-draw, kind of. It was just kind of a half draw in a way. I don't know. I'm surprised he got away with it, but he does pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, that was not when they write the great football plays of all time, that's not going to be in it. I don't know what that was, but it was effective.
Yes, it was. 1st and 10 as Los Alamos now moves the ball down to the 34-yard line of Capital. So Jacob back with Tiki. Jacob's going to air it down. Oh, my heavens. Down the left sideline. Wow. I mean, well, let's see.
That was Nick Dolan running again. The slant right in the middle of the field. He was wide open, but the pass behind him. But that slant has been open all night.
Yes, it has. And then they also had a receiver way out over on the sideline too. But anyway, incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10. So they're going to let Tiki take it up the middle. Tiki is going to pick up another 1st down. Well, he's very close to the 1st down. Let's see if they give it to him.
Stick. It looks like it'd be about a half yard short.
Yeah. He. Well, I don't know. The nose of the ball is. Well,
the 25. Looks like they have to get to about the 26.
yeah, so he's maybe a half a yard short. So Jacob's going to keep it himself. Jacob Green right up the middle. And have another flag. Had a little scuffle down there on the field. And
boy, oh boy.
And it looked like Jacob Green was on the ground, and then it looked like maybe Eric Sanchez and Francisco Diaz, or Sanchez was laying on top of him. And then it looked like there was a little extracurricular activity down there. And then came the flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think that was Eric Sanchez, because he was the one that was laying right on top of Jacob, and then you could see him a lot of movement. So anyway, so the Hilltoppers now with first and 10, I guess.
About the
from the 11,
12, maybe 11.
So Hilltoppers.
We have a loose shoelace.
Yeah. Okay.
So everything comes to a halt.
And so Jacob Green fakes that handoff again and takes it up to the 5-yard line. So that's that's their favorite play right now, is for Jacob to score a touchdown. So anyway,
so
that's the quarter.
All right, so 21-0 after 3 quarters, and the Toppers threatening again here.
Yeah,
so
now they're down on our end.
Yeah, so it's gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna go to our favorite side of the field. So the Toppers knocking on the door here with a 21-0 lead, trying to make this a 4-touchdown ball game. And we were talking before the game, Gene, trying to figure out what exactly we were expecting out of this contest. Really had no idea. I mean, Capital has had a fairly challenging schedule, and very similar results between Los Alamos and Capital against their common opponents. So we really were not sure what exactly to expect. This game, since the second quarter, has been all Los Alamos.
Yes, it really has. And of course, just before the ball game started, Carl Twibell, our good buddy from I'm not sure if he's still with he was with the ESPN station here, but anyway, he's been with Santa Fe Radio forever and ever. He came and told us that the starting quarterback, Julian Munoz, was hurt last week, and I had heard that he was hurt, but I didn't know if he was going to be able to play or not. Another flag?
Oh, there's like 3 or 4 flags that just came out
God.
After the play. I think that was Hartzell that carried the ball down to the 1.
I'm going to tell you, man, I think they just keeps up, we're going to end up with a major brawl out there.
Well, and Toppers need to be careful here and keep their composure.
Yeah, they're talking to Malachi Gutierrez right now. So now a big conference with all the referees. The ball is setting right smack on the 1-yard line. And we've had an awful lot of extracurricular activity here in the second half.
And waiting for the call here.
So dead ball foul and unsportsmanlike conduct
on
both sides. Both sides
ways.
So they threw somebody out of the game.
Somebody has been ejected. Oh, brother. And I was just about to say, if Los Alamos is...
Whoa, Francisco Diaz.
Oh, my goodness.
Their prime running back.
Oh, and yeah, he is gone. Unbelievable. So, again, as I was about to say, the Toppers cannot afford to have anybody ejected. because if the Toppers do in fact make the playoff field,
That's right.
they will not be eligible for that first game after that first playoff game.
No, they won't.
So very important to keep their composure here.
So they're lining up in that power formation where they put Hartzell behind the shotgun. Pass in, boy, beautiful pass on the slant, coming right across the middle of the end zone with Caden Thornton. And the Jaguars are really in trouble now, Mike, with the Francisco Diaz and Julian Munoz were they were the two go-to guys. They had all the stats. Julian Munoz had not over 900 yards passing, over 500 yards rushing, and Francisco Diaz had about 400 yards rushing. There's a kick by Sally Hopkins, and they tried to block it. Unbelievable. Big diving thing. That Sally, undaunted, puts it in to make it 28-0, and we are in the fourth quarter, 11-41, and right now with the Jaguars missing their star quarterback, and now they're missing their prime running back. So Anthony Anaya is going to have to pick up the slack a lot. But there's been all kinds of extracurricular activity this half, especially toward the close of the quarter. And it's just been more and more. And I think it started with that tackle out of bounds. Capital, very frustrated, I think. And this one is going to go from Charles Steinkamp into the end zone.
That one actually hit short of the goal line, James.
I know, really.
I'm not sure what's going on with Charles.
Must be getting tired.
Yeah, he's had a busy day, but that last kick that he kicked from the 12-yard line, that was a boomer.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Boy, did he put a foot into that thing.
I mean, that would have been, had he kicked it from the 40, that would have been, that would have been over the.
Oh yeah,
over the grass over there on that side. that would have been that would have gone to the pavement.
Well, high snap to Devin. He has to go high in the air to grab it, and then as he starts to head upfield, it's great penetration that time for the Hilltoppers by Zach Schwarzkopf. So Zach brings him down right away, but he does end up picking up about 2 yards. So it's going to be second down and 8. 11:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hilltoppers leading 28-0 over the Jaguars.
And on top of all the Jaguars' problems, their center to quarterback exchange has absolutely imploded here in this half.
Yes, it has. Straight up the middle, boy, and the ball carrier that time Juan Munoz, and I think that might be Julian's brother, Julian, the quarterback who got hurt, is he is a junior, and then there's Juan Munoz who's a freshman. So Julian and Juan Munoz, it sure sounds like they're brothers. So they give it to the freshman. So they got a lot of freshmen out there right now. So Juan Munoz is back there with he's taking Francisco Diaz's place. They're going to give it to Juan Munoz again, and. Wow. I mean, he's plowing forward, Mike. Wow.
Nice run.
Yeah, clear across the 40-yard line.
And he's close to another first down. That's a 9-yard pickup. So Juan Munoz, who's had a fairly decent season, he hadn't had a ton of carries, but his yards per carry average not too shabby, and couple of very nice runs right off the bat here.
Carter Haig made the stop for Los Alamos, and a little slant pass across the middle into all kinds of traffic, and the Hilltoppers break that one up, and that pass was intended right now for Santos Salazar, and so now it's going to be third down and 1. The ball's at the 41-yard line of Capital. And they give it to Juan Munoz again, and he's very close to the first down. He gets pushed back, but I think he's going to get the first down, I do believe. They're going to say, yep. So down the field he goes. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 42, and 1st and 10 for the Jaguars. So Juan Munoz picks up the first down with 9:20 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Bad snap, and so that gives Los Alamos plenty of time to penetrate, which they do. And coming in to make the stop for Los Alamos that time was Kenny Suazo. He had great penetration, and that was a bad snap, and Devin Montano trying to scoop it up and do something with it, but Kenny was right there. So the 5'8", 140-pound sophomore, great penetration. So now it's 2nd down and about 14, and the ball is sitting at about the 33-yard line of Capital. 8:39 to go. Devin Montano rolling way back, airs it out. That was going to be intercepted by Los Alamos, I do believe, if he hung on.
I don't know if he hung on. Don't think he did. I think
no. I guess he didn't. And that was Jeremiah Hartzall. I thought he had it. It was right in his gut.
I think he did too, but he was hit before he made his football move, Gene, and I think that hit jarred it away from him, and he was not able to hold on. Very, very close to the 3rd pick of the ball game there for Los Alamos.
Yeah, 3rd down and 14. The ball is still at the 38-yard line.
A lot of confusion there coming out of the huddle for Capital, and they're going to have to burn another timeout. So the Capital now left with 1 timeout. Los Alamos has 2. But 8:29 to go here in this ball game, and Hilltoppers up 28-0. So the Hilltoppers are going to take 3rd place here against Capital, but it's unfortunate because the Hilltoppers Capital not coming into this ball game in full strength, and now they're even less than full strength at this point. Something happened with the center. I think the center may have gotten hurt because they brought in somebody new who obviously had never centered before, and he's just had all kinds of problems. And then a lot of extracurricular activity out on the field, especially at the end of the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter. So Francisco Diaz got tossed from the ball game. We have trips out to the right, and I think we're going to get I think Los Alamos are going to get called for encroachment, and that's exactly what it's going to be. So 5-yard penalty, and that'll move it up to the 43-yard line and make it 1st down and 10. Well, 1st and 9. Wait a minute, 3rd and 9. So they have trips out, rolling it right. Devin Montano, now he's coming back to his left. He heaves it down the field. It's a low pass, trying to get it downfield to Juan Munoz, and Juan can't get to it. So a lot of running back and forth down there by Devin Montano. But anyway, the ball right now is at the 43-yard line. 4th down coming up here for the Jaguars.
I wonder if they're going to go for it. It's 4th and 9.
I don't think they have any choice but to go for it.
Yeah, it's 4th and 9, but they're putting.
Well, they're not going to. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So the other choice is to punt, but what a flag! What's going on?
Well, we have an illegal substitution again on Capital.
The wheels falling off for the Jaguars here in this 4th quarter.
Well, they're having a problem because they come out and they get all set, and then the formation is ready, and then they try to make substitutions, and you can't do that. So they end up with an illegal substitution. So now they'll be in punt formation, and Javier Martinez will kick, and so now we have another flag, and This one, I think, is going to be encroachment on Los Alamos.
Oh, boy.
Yes, it is. Crazy. So that's going to make it 4th and 9. God, Hilltopper just let him kick it.
Yeah, I don't know what they need to worry, trying to jump or get. Oh, fake.
Fake. And whoa, nice fake and a nice pass down the field as they lined everything up and then sending them right down the right sideline, the left sideline that time. And that was actually Devin Montano, the quarterback, as he lined up kind of in the slot for the punt formation. And so the direct snap went back to Javier Martinez, and then he just stood there and then he let it fly. And a perfect pass down to Devin, but good coverage by Los Alamos. But they almost came up with that one, and that was a well-designed play and a good play and a smart play, and they almost came off with it.
Yeah, Devin had a shot at it, just couldn't hang on. It was a nice pass.
Yes, it was. Maybe they should put Javier at quarterback. So the 1st and 10 for Los Alamos. The shovel pass goes to Jeremiah Hartzell around the left side. He's going to pick up about 7 yards. So he lines up on the right side, and then he just goes in motion, runs right in front of the little shotgun formation, and then there's just a little shovel pass. And Jeremiah has been fairly successful with that. So he picks up about 7 yards, so it's going to be 2nd down and 3. And the ball right now is sitting at the 36-yard line of Capital. There's a snap, and that's going to go all the way back into Hilltopper territory. Jacob Green picks it up and throws it, and he completes it downfield to Jeremiah Hartzell inside the 20-yard line, and he goes down at about the 17 or the 18. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And I don't see any flags. Well, the referee did throw a flag, but he's picking it up. And he says run the clock. So, but that snap went flying way over Jacob's head, Jacob Green. He had to run back about 10, 15 yards, picked it up. He was under all kinds of pressure. And then he rolling out to his right. He saw Jeremiah open downfield. He got the pass to him. And so there's a pass over on the left sideline intended for Caden Thornton, and this one is off of Caden's hands, out of bounds. So 7:07 remaining here in the fourth period. But boy, I mean, credit Jacob for a great recovery on that one. And then after Jeremiah got it, I mean, a nice run by Jeremiah. So what looked like was going to be a huge loss for Los Alamos turned out to be a huge gain. 2nd down and 10. Tiki right up the middle, still going, and he's inside the 10-yard line. And that's going to be close to a 1st down. They needed to get to about the 8.5-yard line. I'm not sure if he got that far. No, he didn't.
No, they're going to mark him right at the 10, so he's about 1.5 yards short.
Yeah. 6:40, the clock running. Hilltopper's leading 28-0 here in this ball game, this final game of the regular season. And so they'll send out, they got receivers out everywhere. And so their favorite play when they get down that close.
The ball's on the ground.
There's a fumble.
And Capital picked it up, and they're returning it.
Well, let's see what they're going to call here. Are they going to rule the fumble? Yeah, they are.
I don't know. Green is hurt, Gene. Green is hurt on the far side. He is down at the 5-yard line, and he is being tended to. He took a wallop on the sideline, which jarred the ball loose. I don't know if they're going to. I think they're going to give it to Capital at this point, but Green is hurt.
Yeah, they that same play they've been running, where he either fakes it but normally they set up that shovel pass play. He fakes the pass he fakes the shovel pass, and then runs it himself. And that time he tried to go around the left side. Couldn't turn the corner, got hit. The ball came out. Capital picked it up and started to take it down the field. They can't do that. And but they get the fumble at the point of where they picked it up. And so, and they're still working on Jacob Green over there off the field on the sideline. So it's 1st and 10 for Capital now. Devin Montano got a long pass downfield and great coverage that time for the Hilltoppers by Malachi Gutierrez. That pass was intended downfield as they were trying to get it downfield to Javier Martinez. He's one of their favorite receivers, but great coverage that time for the Hilltoppers. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass of 6:11 to go. I think it's time for everybody just to start taking the victory formation. Take 3 victory formations and punt. So anyway, Devin Montano right up the middle. He gets the handoff, and that one's going to go to Juan Munoz. Like we didn't even see Juan Munoz in the game until Francisco Diaz got tossed, and now Munoz is playing pretty well.
Yeah, that's his 4th carry, and that's his 3rd first down.
Yeah,
so not too shabby there for the freshman.
No, now he's balls up to the 35-yard line, and the clock moving at 5:45, 28-0. Hilltoppers up in this ball game.
So the good news for Los Alamos, Gene, is Jake Green is up and moving around.
Goes to Juan Munoz again, and he gets away from some tacklers in the backfield, and he's going to pick up almost 10 yards. He picks up 9 yards. So the handoff the handoff came from that time once again from Devin Montano. We have a Jaguar who's a little shaken up on the play, but he seems to be all right. He's walking very gingerly. And
I think that's the center, actually.
That's Efren,
the backup center.
Cifuentes.
And he is going to step off. Anyway, like I was saying, Gene, the good news is Jake Green appears to be okay.
Yes, but that handoff went to Juan Munoz again, and there was a lot of traffic back there, but he made a great move, got into the open area and picked up almost 10 yards. And so there's the pass is deflected, and everybody going for it, but it's an incomplete pass.
But, Munoz, who did not play in the first half, is currently right now the Jaguars' leading rusher. So he is, he's hit his holes very well. He's solid looking back so far.
Yes. So 2 freshmen back there. Let's see. Yes. In the shotgun, 2 freshmen. And it's going to go to Munoz again, and he has to. He's trying to go over like a right tackle, and so he had to stop at the last second. Tried to cut back up the middle, picks up about 2 yards.
Now made something out of nothing there.
Yeah, he did. That'll make it now 3rd down and 8, and we're 4.5 minutes to go. High snap, goes to Munoz again, and catching him from behind and pulling him down, Alicio Valdez.
Alicio's had a nice game today. He's made a couple of tackles over there on the right side, and he's gotten some decent penetration. So,
is at the 46-yard line. Clock is moving down to 4 minutes. 4th down and 9. Capital has nothing to lose here. So they're going to line up in the shotgun. Devin dropping back. Long pass There's a pass actually. Whoa, he had the man open down around the 45-yard line. The pass just a little short, but I thought he had him, and trying to get it upfield at that time to Santos Salazar. Santos couldn't get to it, so it'll go over to the Hilltoppers, and the Hilltoppers now with 3:44 to go, leading 28-0 here in the fourth period.
So with that last close call there with Green, who is not on the field, you know, even though there's plenty of time left, I don't think. A victory formation be the worst thing it could do here.
No, Zach Stidham, I think, is now at quarterback. Yes, he is, and he just gives the ball to Tiki. Tiki's going to go straight up the middle for about 10 yards. So Zach Stidham is the quarterback. Not sure what happened. Luke Gonzalez was a backup quarterback for a while, but I'm not sure. Haven't seen much of Luke at all. And but the ball goes up to the 36-yard line, and there's a 3:10 to go, and the Hilltoppers are taking all the time they can, just letting the clock run down. So they'll just watch the umpire. The umpire now is counting down out there. Another bad snap, and roaring back and falling on it at his own 42-yard line.
Holy moly!
They were on the 36. They're on the Capital 36. This one goes back to the Hilltopper 42. So what's that? A 22-yard loss?
Oh my goodness!
So another wild snap. So let's see. It's going to be second down and 2:25 and the clock moving. So
holy moly!
Hilltoppers can use up all the time they want it here. Capital's not going to call any timeouts or anything. Stidham is going to right up the middle. It goes, and boy, big gain that time by Tiki Nieto. And so right now, I would think I would take it easy on everybody. Just don't take any chances on getting hurt. So 1:45 to go. Hilltoppers are now third and about 20. Zach Stidham at quarterback. We're having battery problems.
We're gonna get this squared away. Fourth down coming up here for and see what they want to do. We're for just a second, then we'll be right back.
Batteries. Remember
this.
Minute 21 to play in the football game. We've got 3 seconds.
Okay, we should be back.
All right. So
all right, we did.
Some battery issues here,
all
but
right.
I think we're good to go right now. Fourth down for Los Alamos. Fourth down and about 17 here. With 1:21 remaining in the fourth quarter, Toppers up 28-0 over the Capital Jaguars. So, Gene, you know, when you were talking with Coach Garrett Williams earlier, and he said that he felt the Toppers still had a shot to sneak into the playoffs as possibly a 12 seed. That would snap a decade long drought if Los Alamos is able to do that this year. So Toppers had held up their end of the bargain here.
Yeah, they have. 2011, the last time they made the playoffs. Charles Steinkamp's going to kick it away.
No, he's going to kick a field goal.
50 yards. Field goal. Oh, bummer. And
that one's short. That one's about 5 yards short. A little bit off line.
60.
Had he made that would have been a new state record.
60-yard field goal.
But just not quite there for Charles, but not a bad effort.
He wasn't sure. I mean, if he'd have kicked that from the 40, he'd have made it.
Yeah, now 50-yard field goal, he would have made that with a little bit to spare, I think.
Yes, he would have.
But 60-yard just a little bit too long.
60-yard field goal attempt for Los Alamos. Now, there's something we've never seen before.
I've never seen that. I've never seen anything close to that.
I mean,
only thing even rivaling that was a few years ago. We were playing Kirtland Central, and if you remember their kicker was amazing.
Oh my God, yes.
And they were going to attempt a 59-yarder right at the end of the half, and I tell you, he had the leg to do it. There was no, he definitely had the leg to do it.
So pass over on the right sideline and then breaking 2 or 3 tackles and coming down the right sideline. Wow. A great run that time. I don't know. And let's see. And who did he say that was?
Well, they were saying Joseph Rodriguez. I thought that was Santos Salazar, but no, I think it was. I think it was Santos.
Yes. But anyway, the pass was just a quick pass straight to the sideline. And he got hit, and he broke a tackle. Then he kept breaking tackles. Then he broke out into the open. And now Devin's going to go to the end zone. And this is going to be overthrown. And we have 33 seconds to go. But so while we were talking, all of a sudden, the pass just went to the right side, and Santos just took off. Broke, I don't know how many tackles he broke down that sideline. Went for about 15 yards breaking tackles and then busted out into the open. It looked like he was going to go all the way, but the Hilltoppers finally catch up with him.
Almost did. He was only one topper between him and the end zone.
Yeah, so he gets it all the way down to the 20. So now there's 33 seconds to go. And
man open, he's got it. And that is a touchdown.
And he pulls it in. Unbelievable. That's Anthony Anaya. Boy, he caught it right smack on the sideline of the end, and right in the middle, but right smack on the sideline on the left sideline of the end zone. And he got that 1 foot in. That's all he needed to do. And so with 26 seconds to go, the Jaguars with 2 big plays. First, Santos Salazar, the huge run down the right sideline, took it all the way down to the 20. And so now they'll attempt the point after. And this one is going to be...
it's going to be about a yard closer now. One of the toppers jumped off sides. Unbelievable.
Angel Gonzalez will be doing the honors here.
2 beautiful throws there by the freshman.
Yes.
Devin Montano. And it's
good.
Through.
So
it wasn't pretty, but it's through.
Angel Gonzalez puts it through. And interestingly enough, so the Hilltoppers try a 60-yard field goal, and right at the end of the half, right at the end of the ball game, and then Capital takes over on their 20-yard line, and then all they just simply do is just a straight pass down the scrimmage line over to Santos Salazar, and then he goes 60 yards for down from the 20 to the 20. So 60-yard run down the right sideline, and he did it all himself too, because he got caught the pass over on the sideline. He didn't have any blocking, but boy, he just kept breaking tackles after another. Hilltoppers couldn't bring him down, and so he just kept going. They brought him down at the 20, and then a nice pass play for the Hilltoppers to get over to Anthony Anaya, and so now it's a 28-7 ball game. So we're going to have an onside kick.
They're very optimistic here of the
That's
Jaguars.
the way Los Alamos is lined up. And there's the onside kick, and the Hilltoppers are going to pick it up. And we still have some more extracurricular activity down there, but
a little pushing and shoving.
Yes, a lot.
That picked up that attempt pick up by number 33
for us.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have a 33.
I don't think we. I think he was in the last game too, and I don't think we had his number either. So number 33, nice scoop up, and Topper should one knee should do this.
21.5 seconds. One snap will do it. 28-7. So Capital. That's nice that Capital's able to put it in the end zone. They've had a rough night.
Really have.
Lost their quarterback, lost their running back. But, boy, they put together a nice combination at the end. 60-yard run and followed by a 20-yard pass. So 80 yards, and didn't take them very long. So that'll do it, Mike. Final score 28-7. Hilltoppers end up with a seed of 5-5, which is not too bad considering the situation. And of course, we were expected to end up third in the district because the district we're in is a powerhouse, number one team in the state, Farmington, and then also followed by Piedra Vista, and then Mayamira and Los Alamos and Capital. So Los Alamos beats Mayamira and beats Capital, so they end up in third place. And Garrett Williams was really hoping for a win here because he thinks that it's a possibility, a long possibility, or that they could maybe get it into the playoffs and as a 12 seed. And of course, what we talked about was that if they do get in, they're either going to be going to Artesia, Las Cruces, Roswell, or Santa Teresa.
So welcome to the playoffs, guys. And
Garrett Williams says, "I don't care."
So should the Toppers sneak in, they will be most likely heading down south, and they still could theoretically actually host that first round game if it's a team they haven't played before. But we have played Artesia exactly once in the history of the school, and we owe Artesia a home game. So if that does end up being Artesia, then we will definitely be going down there. I know, and I think we owe Mayfield a home game as well.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be a long way. We don't have any history with Santa Teresa, and I have no idea our history with either of the Roswell teams. So.
Yeah, so, well, anyway, final score is going to be 28-7. Hilltoppers end up in third place in the district, and which is good because the Hilltoppers neither a Capital, Hilltoppers, or Mayamira was expected to do any better than that. And that's the way it turned out. So now we'll wait until, I guess they're going to have the seating on Sunday, I guess. And I guess start next week sometime.
Yeah, so we'll wait and see, and watch the Daily Post. We'll let you know how that seating shakes out. But for Los Alamos, did what they had to do today. Came in here again, not really hard to say. Los Alamos and Capital seemed on paper like they were pretty evenly matched. But if you look at our recent history, I mean, this series has generally been all Jaguars.
Yes.
So it's always tough, and this is always a tough ball game. But Los Alamos after they got rolling there late in that first quarter and into the second quarter, really dominated the whole rest of this ball game. Were able to move the ball whenever they wanted to, and Capital outside of that crazy last drive really never got a whole lot going on offense tonight.
No, they didn't, and so well that will wrap it up for us. And tomorrow we'll be back on the air at noon to bring you the quarterfinals of the state soccer playoffs as the Hilltopper girls will take on Artesia, and that will be at Sullivan Field. So they're already into the quarterfinals of the state soccer championship. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Mays and for John McHale and Nate Limback and Charlene and all the people involved in this, and Carol Clark. I want to thank her for making all this possible, the Los Alamos Daily Post. And so have a great tomorrow, and you can even make it a better weekend. All you got to do, put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug that penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And so this is Gene Mortensen, and night-night, sweetie pie. I love you so very much, and I really do miss you, honey.